than these idiots.
That's not fair to Atin, because he actually would be able to give Sneaky and you some good ideas because he understands basic English.
Exactly.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah, well,
fuck.
Limited
I
usage.
could have taken some sub, be like, hey, go look at the skill system using this jank ass JRPG.
Yeah,
It's
see
got some
that's
stupid
like the
shit.
main thing that we wanted to get away from is we wanted to make sure because the skill system's gonna be playing a big factor into how the whole game plays out. We wanted to make sure that was the one part of the whole system that works. By the way, there's gonna be no magic. That's another
Okay.
important thing. No magic and no
So,
levels, and so
alright,
it was gonna be very skill heavy.
okay, so
Yeah.
okay, so just no magic period. So like, there's no like.
Like there'll be game mechanics. Like
Help me understand. Like, is it gonna be like, oh, you've unlocked the fire skill tree, except it doesn't let you throw fire from your hands. It just lets you get really good at making campfires.
that would be more like a survival skill or something, like a forest.
And no survivalist.
I know, but
Yeah.
just as an like, you're not gonna have a skill letting you throw fireballs around.
No.
No.
But you know, like a foraging might give you like highlights, like visual highlights on plants that you've already discovered or something, right?
See, we've gone immediately for detective vision.
No, I mean
Slash
it is a fucking game, you know.
Oh, I know. Fucking, it was one of the best things
Yeah.
Assassin's Creed ever introduced.
Eagle
And
vision.
then the Batman games just fucking drove it into the ground.
Yep, and then everyone started copying that. But anyway, this is Fanfiction Contempt Theater 9003. Let us get on with the crusade today, fellas.
oh
I-
yes, the
I want to
crusade.
start before Atin gets here, so I can then lambast him for being late.
Good.
Ah.
Big brain.
Very smart, Sneaky. Very smart.
I've also big brained recently, and where my Discord mic is going to be my headset mic, and then my output mic is going to be my handheld mic, because my
Interesting factor.
Discord mic gives me headset feedback, which lets me hear how loud I'm being, which was an issue. If you don't remember me peaking a lot on my handheld mic, because I never quite knew how loud I was. So, you know, hopefully that'll help my peaking issues.
Peeking at girls' issues.
No. So what was I'm gonna go find that fic. So, Regis's fic, and so I'm gonna go find Regis's fic.
Should be somewhere.
Where the fuck is his fic located? Gamer Colts, Author Colts. Here we go. Regis, Regius, Reginald. Fuck. Where the fuck is he? He supposedly had a fic.
Yeah. Good question, actually.
Hold on, let me clock my way over and search. I thought it was gonna be easy to find, so I didn't like pull it up immediately.
It's not in the cults, according to Draenum.
I figured as much.
Nice.
Okay, Discord, I'm gonna need you to stop being absolute fucking garbage for 10 fucking seconds. And, okay. So now I can. There we go. Now we have fucking Regis. That's probably gonna. That didn't turn out the results I wanted. Oh, what the fuck is his name? Regis? Nope. I've never said his name. What's your pick? Nope, no results on that. Fantastic. Amazing. Yeah, if someone can find that and post it to the 9K chat, that'd be great. So we can actually do a review on that one. Because I do just like him. He did demand that I looked at his story. So. You know.
Yeah.
Now I do believe there was another person that wanted me to look at their story, Reverend Insanity. I don't know if they're here tonight. So we're
yeah, he
gonna,
linked it somewhere.
yeah, I actually have that fic. I just
Yeah, sure.
I just don't have the person here at the moment, and I'm not gonna cover
Sure.
his story until we have him here. All right, so we got some My Hero Academia garbage. We got some Warcraft garbage. How about some Harry Potter Fates Day Night trash? You know.
Mm.
I'm gonna
Fucking
save
give it
Game
to
of
us.
Thrones for when Stanish pops his head in. Let's go with
If.
let's go with this one. Yep. Yeah, let's just randomly selected this one. Oh,
Oh,
nope. Gonna save that one for when Atin shows up.
Oh boy. Ah,
Found something
sounds
good.
good. Oh god. I will be starting to drink.
All right, we're gonna cover this Harry Potter story at first. You know, shouldn't take too
Sure.
long. It's a small story. All right.
Fair.
Link has been posted out. Everything's been shifted over. The timer has been turned off. Let us get going. So this is Age of the Dragon, a Harry Potter story. Starts during the Triwizard Tournament. Harry becomes bonded to a dragon and ends up learning about his legacy. Harry times multiple people. More than the ones I'm capable of listing in the pairings. This is a reboot of Dragon Legends. Oh no, it's been
Oh, my.
posted. Oh, so this is version 1. Oh boy. Oh no. Dragon Legends. Yeah, here we go. Oh god, all of his stories are fucking. Oh no, okay. No, they're all harems.
Oh,
Okay.
Imagine that. Imagine my shock.
Wait, was that a Lily Potter times Harry? No, it was James times Lily. Never mind. No, we're good. We're good. Kosher. Alright, let's get started then. So we're gonna cover Age of Dragon. Look at the top one.
Okay.
Be who you have always been. During the... Oh, Jesus Christ.
Already off to a good start, I see.
During the holiday break in third year, Harry runs up the girls' staircase and nothing happens. What does this mean, and what will it change
Uh-oh.
for our chosen one? Harry is trans. Harry times Cedric.
What did I just hear?
Exactly what you just heard.
Alright. I'm not touching that one with a 10-foot pole, and nothing you can do to make me do it.
I wouldn't make you do it. I mean, it would be funny, but I wouldn't make you do it anyway.
Let's see, here we go. Age of the Dragon. So this is, everyone keep in mind, keep an open mind when we're reading this. This is, of course, version 1. I'm sure version 2 is a vastly improved story. Is that Atin
look.
popping in?
No,
Nope.
it's nose here.
Nose.
Hello.
Bring back
There I
Atin.
am. Wait, you everyone.
Yeah, you should be sorry to disappoint us. But, you know, we're used to it by now.
How does it feel to have more viewers than Jorp right now?
That's about average, to be honest. You know, he's got a very vibrant personality, and he likes really shouting at large volumes, and he does political content. I do a niche,
Yeah.
a niche of a niche. I do a podcast, which is already pretty niche, on Twitch, which is very more niche, about fan fiction, which is probably the most niche thing I could probably fucking pick at this point on Twitch.
You had like 6 people in the server last time you streamed or something like that.
What do you mean I had 6 people in the server?
Like, we got like 6 new people like over this.
Oh yeah, no, we got a bunch of new people, and they didn't show up this time. Even though I'm
Typical.
pretty sure they're still in the server.
Yeah, they are.
Pretty sure. Yeah, no one's actually left yet, which is shocking to me, frankly. But the show must
Impressive,
go on.
honestly.
One of them is a returning member as well.
Skelekitty, yes.
Yeah, he's from my
Kit-
server, so
Kitty pops in and out of the server,
Ain't
occasionally.
that just like a cat?
more or less.
Yeah, it leaves and enters when he feels like
As
it.
Harry stared at the Hungarian horntail, I don't like where this is going. A familiar feeling came upon him. It happened before on the day that Hagrid showed him the dragons. Harry felt a sadness at seeing the beautiful and powerful creatures caged to be used for the entertainment of witches and wizards, and he could have sworn he heard someone say, "Help us." It hadn't been the first time he had felt like this. Flashback time!
No, we don't need
Dragon
that.
Whisperer.
Flashback time!
Oh boy.
Are you guys ready for Naruto style flashbacks?
I can't wait. Looking
Sounds
forward
great.
now.
Excellent.
Can we get the flashback and a flashback and a flashback? That was my
Oh
favorite.
god, that was probably the peak of the Fourth War. Holy
I-
shit.
I still can't believe they did that.
This reminds me of the time gets halfway through story. This reminds me of the time gets halfway through story. Now there's
More
a backstory
flashbacks
on
than
what's
fucking
going on
family.
here. It's like, Jesus Christ.
It's like a Family Guy episode. Hey, Sasuke, remember the time?
With Kishimoto taking over Boruto's writing, maybe we'll get that in Boruto.
Oh,
No,
God,
that-
no, please.
You know what? I'm actually, I haven't kept up on Family Guy, so correct me if I'm wrong if this has never happened before. But has there ever just been like a flashback episode where the episode starts off with an event happening, Peter turning to someone else and say, "Doesn't this remind you of the time that X and X thing happened?" But instead of just like doing like a 5-second cutaway, they like actually like go back to that part of the some previous episode where they like continuously go through. And then like, no, the other time, so then they switch to another part of a different episode.
I literally have not watched Family Guy in like 10 years.
Yeah, I haven't either. I
So
actually the
I
last
can't
time
tell-
I watched
that
was
that
back from
that, that is a
2012 -ish.
mystery that will be
Yeah.
left to time.
I suppose so. This starts making me think of PETA, Harry. Well, you never know. Maybe he does want to fuck the dragon. Thursday, June 17th, 1993, Chamber of Secrets. Harry watched as the magnificent serpent started slithering toward him, and he thought he heard, "I'm sorry." Slytherin's monster was sorry. Harry was frozen in place and just saw the yellow of the basilisk's eyes when Fox came in and tore them out. The creature screamed out in pain, and Harry felt sorry for it. Riddle told the basilisk to smell for him and still attack him, and he heard, "Run, I must obey." In the end, Harry was able to impale the basilisk with the sword from the hat. In its last death throes, he, of course, heard, "Thank you for releasing me, young heir. I'm sorry for the bite. My venom won't harm you anymore." Yes, I too am capable of speaking after having a sword shoved through my brain.
Hmm.
Oh, God. Saturday, November 26, 1994. At the time, he hadn't thought much of it. He could understand the basilisk because of Parseltongue, but why had it called him the young heir? At that moment, the horntail smashed his spiked tail. No, it's... How the fuck do you fuck that up? It's literally nesting mothers. They're all female dragons. How do you...
Well,
Howdy, how.
you fuck it up quite easily, apparently.
Apparently, yeah. Apparently, you just completely don't understand what a mother is, which, being that you've wrote the Trojan Gender story, I'm not surprised. Smashed his spiked tail into the ground, and Harry jumped out of the way behind a big boulder. He heard laughing and looked up at the stands, but could see no one laughing. Then he heard clearly. "Come out, young heir. I promise I won't hurt you," said the horntail. Harry came out from behind the boulder. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Perfectly sensible, you know.
Yeah, that makes sense.
If someone attacks you, all right. If you come out, I promise I won't hurt you. It's like,
You know,
no.
Home Alone might be my favorite reversal of that trope of like, all right, sure, I'm coming out as the kid is readying 2 shotguns.
Yeah, I know, right? It sounds a little bit rapey.
Oof.
Why do you call me young heir? Asked Harry. Ugh, I must teach you a better dialect. You have a scent on you, one my kind has not come across in centuries. What is your name? That's the other thing here. It's like, is this a magical heir sort of shit, or if this is like a genetic heir sort of shit? Because if it's not a magical heir sort of shit, I'm gonna be really fucking irritated. Because it's like, oh yeah, we haven't
Could
come
be
across
magical,
your
yeah.
scent in centuries. It's like, well then who the fuck is Harry's dad?
It's a draconic bloodline sorcerer deal.
Yeah, reminder everyone that sorcerers get their magic from their non-human parents, and sometimes those parents were dragons. So just just keep
Everyone
that
knows
in
that
mind.
everyone knows that sorcerers always have bard dads.
That would explain a whole lot on why there's so many issues with them.
I mean, there's a
Yeah.
lot of comics out there about them. There's a lot of jokes out there about them. Oh, bards. Big titty dragon waifu. You know, I've seen it happen in Harry Potter stories before, so don't joke about that. What is your name?
Big titty tomboy dragon wife.
I'm gonna need you to stop saying words.
Okay, sir.
What is your name? Asked the Horntail. My name is Harry Potter. What is yours? Asked Harry. It's an honor to meet you, Harry Potter. I am Rithera. If you'd like, I wish to bond with you as your familiar. Wow, we're just gonna fucking accelerate through this conversation, aren't we? Said Rithera. What would I have to do? Asked Harry. Well, you have to beat me in combat first. I'm sorry.
You're the one offering a partnership. Why does he have to prove himself?
I'll become your familiar if you want. Oh, sure, that sounds great. Swell, Mr. Dragon. What do I have to do? Fight me.
Wait,
1v1 mirrors.
hang
Can I
on.
rescind my previous
Snipers only.
statement?
That's It's a bit of an oof from me. That's so stupid. I would have. Oh my god, that. You know what that is, Sneaky?
Mhm.
That is
Yeah.
that's that asshole that like grabs something from you, signs it, hands it back. You're like, oh hey, thanks, famous person. Cool, $15, kid. Wait, hang on. This was
Wait,
mine.
no, you can't do that. That's illegal.
That's not how this works.
Thanks, Max. You just reminded me of the time I met Gon. Were you there for that?
No, I wasn't.
Oh god, so I guess it was Meeps then. So Meeps brought me into this like group chat on Steam with Gon, and she's like, "Yeah, this is Sneaky." I'm like, "Who the fuck is this guy?" He goes, "I like you."
Yeah. I think you've shared that story with me before, yeah.
Well, that's awkward.
Typical sneaky moment.
No, you see, Gon liked me because I was one of the few people that didn't bother him while he was playing Skyrim and didn't fucking fangasm because, you know, back in the day, fucking Team 4-Star, right?
Mm.
They're still
Fair enough.
big, but like Gon has taken a massive backseat on his doing his own shit.
Yeah, yeah.
So
But I was just like,
it wasn't
who the
good.
fuck is this guy? And he's like, I'm so glad you didn't fanboy over me. I'm like, I don't even know
Yeah.
who you are or what you do.
Yeah, Sneaky managed to get him into a TF2 game with our old
Left 4 Dead,
circle of
not
friends.
TF2.
I was out and about on the campus that night, so I missed out on it. But
Oh,
I got
Yeah.
the video files. I lost them sadly.
Yeah.
Maybe one day I'll recover them, but whoo boy.
Yeah, that was
Some members of the group made real asses of themselves.
neat. Jesus Christ, Meeps wouldn't stop.
She
fucking
was
saying that.
really glad that I lost those files.
Yeah, oh my god, she was so fucking obnoxious. Holy shit. Anyway, back to the story. How am I supposed to beat you? Are you supposed to? You're supposed to. You are supposed to retrieve that golden egg? Asked Raythera, and Harry nodded. Okay, Harry, here's what you do. Raythera blew fire at Harry, and he jumped back behind the boulder. When the flames stopped, Harry fired a stunner and hit Raythera in the eyes, and she slumped forward. Harry just got out of the way before being crushed. Harry looked at Raythera and saw she wasn't moving, and started to walk past her, and was just about to make it past her when she lashed out and bit Harry's leg. Harry screamed out in pain and turned to where Raythera was starting to get up. He saw the rock formation above her, and fired just casually brushing off a dragon biting your leg.
How much bigger are dragons in the Harry Potter universe?
I'll bring it up.
Oh boy.
Yeah, let's try and get a good picture. Dragons.
Please do not.
There we go.
Is there a picture so I can see the scale of this thing to oh yeah, that right there. Yeah, no, you're not just walking that off, kid.
Especially the beak. You know?
You're not walking that off.
Yeah, no, it's
No.
No, that's like unless it was a light fucking nip, like that's
I don't know, man. Even a playful nip from this thing is gonna fucking mangle a human arm.
that's a fair enough statement. Yeah. So yeah, that's just that's yeah.
I mean, to bards, that's just a love tap.
Bards are also horny bastards and live via their dick instead of any other organ.
Yes, this is understood. The horny powers of the bard give it increased damage resistance.
Yeah, a nip will nip. A nip will rip and a bite will smite. Yeah, pretty much. So yeah, anyway, after Harry Potter casually walks off being absolutely fucking mutilated by a big ass dragon, he fires a reducto curse at the rock above the dragon and bashes the dragon's head in with the giant fucking boulder. And Harry didn't wait to see what the result was. He just grabbed the golden egg and everyone started cheering. And then, amazing, Harry Potter tries to talk to the dragon, directly attacks it, and lives to get his egg, announced Bagman. Harry walked up to Raythera and placed a hand on her head and said, I, Harry James Potter, by the rules of combat, claim this dragon as my familiar. I mean, I don't know, Harry James Potter. I'm pretty sure your fucking leg's supposed to be missing at this point. So unless you're like a god tier hopscotch player... Oh, God. Harry, you need to go to the hospital tent and get that bite looked at, said Charlie Weasley. Oh, yeah, you know, it's a simple dragon bite on his leg. You know, only the... Yeah, okay. A simple bite. Apparently he's got some sort of health system going on because he didn't take damage from it.
Yes, it's a secretly a gamer fic.
This is a secret gamer fic. Surprise! Don't worry, Harry, what you did was legal. The colony in Romania won't be happy, but I'll make sure nothing happens to your new dragon. Wait, so you're telling me at any time people can just beat up a dragon and claim it as a familiar?
It goes by
Apparently.
It goes by
get it.
survival of the fittest.
Well, I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, I'm just like, you know, they made a whole big production about the dragon becoming Harry's familiar. Like, oh, I haven't smelled your scent in fucking centuries. You know, I'm gonna become your familiar. And but like how Charlie Weasley is talking to Harry about him just turning the dragon into a familiar makes it sound like Charlie's just like, oh, another guy beat up a dragon and turned it into a familiar. This is the 5th time a month.
Look, when you see a dragon beat up a fucking small child, that just tends to get your head mixed up. But then when you see a donkey beat a dragon and then claim it as its familiar, then that's weird.
What?
Oh yeah, and also Hagrid hatching one was a major legal issue, so I don't know what the fuck this author is smoking.
What?
No, that's the question.
Where were you going with that?
I went off on a tangent.
No, no. See, when I derail nose hair, I like derail. You never even got on the train. You were like shouting at a trash can in the parking lot of the train station.
Yes, the most common New York City pastime.
Yeah, I guess you should know, being that you're the expert trash can shouter here. Anyway, so at that moment, there was a roar, and the dragon broke free from the chains and just flew away. Because it could have done that the whole time, apparently. After being bashed in the head with a boulder, reminder. So, apparently this
Interesting
dragon
tactic, but okay.
could have just done this the whole time, but didn't. For
Interesting
reason.
strategy there. We'll see how it works out for him.
Also, reminder that the rest of its eggs are still in the arena.
Not important anymore.
Apparently,
Care
they
no
aren't
more.
as important anymore.
He don't care no more. He's got a fucking new master now. Or whatever the fuck.
Apparently. I'll be in the caves nearby, young heir. Come find me when they've healed you, said Raythera as she took off. Well, make your mind off. There is the dragon, male or female. Harry went to the hospital tent.
It's a Yoshi situation. It doesn't matter.
Harry went to the hospital tent, and Madame Pomfrey started tending to the bite on his leg. Oh yeah, just a simple bite, just tending into it. You know, didn't need any sort of invasive surgery or extreme amounts
Put a
of
band-aid
magic
on it. It'll
to
be fine.
demutilate the leg. You know, a simple tending will do. When,
He has a Medigun. Don't ask questions.
Reminder. This is the dragon. Reminder. This is the dragon that bit him on the leg.
Look,
simple
have the
tending.
medical equivalent of a fucking TF2 Medigun, you're fine.
I know, but the point is that that's not what's going on. It was a simple tending. She's not casting major healing spells at him.
That's just what she calls a simple tending, obviously. You have to get into the author's head, dude.
Of course, my bad. Nothing's ever simple with you, is it, Mr. Potter, said Pomfrey. Doesn't seem to be, said Harry. Hermione and Ron came in to see him after Madame Pomfrey was done. Apparently, every new sentence requires a new paragraph. I don't really know where they learned this in school.
It's called the stretch out a paper to 5 pages, even though you only wrote 3 pages worth of content.
I suppose. I just really don't understand where they teach this in school, because I've just been seeing an increasing amount of it just pop up. And I'm really tempted to actually blame like translated web novels and shit, because that's the sort of shit I see in translated web novels. Every single sentence getting a new paragraph.
In fan translations or official?
Fan translations.
Okay.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I had to take a guess, it might be a mixture of that as well as anyone reading fan fiction, seeing a shit ton of this bad format, and then people misunderstanding what defines a parrot. Like, when you get two characters exchanging dialogue, you can have a bunch of single line paragraphs as long as it's active dialogue.
Right.
And there's really no action aside from what was described at the start of the conversation. But then people take it too far, like in the instance of here, there is dialogue interspersed with random one-line actions.
Yeah, pretty much. So anyway, oh Harry, you had me so scared, said Hermione, giving him a bone-crushing hug. So if you're gonna put a period there, you need to capitalize said. If you're not gonna put a period there, don't capitalize said. You do it fucking everywhere, author. Like question mark said, question mark period said, period said, period said, question mark said, period said, period said, period said, question mark said, period said. Literally every single line of dialogue is done incorrectly.
That's honestly impressive.
It actually is. A 100% error rate is honestly impressive.
Yeah.
Congratulations, you didn't get a single thing correct. And that is like, I think a special kind of stupid. A special kind of stubborn and a special kind of stupid, because like, you know, even when you don't know shit, sometimes you'll fuck up and get it right anyway. Or guess correctly. But to manage to get a 100% error rate.
Honestly impressive.
That's honestly impressive. Hello. Anyway, so let's see what blah blah blah. Enter the fucking tournament. Our friendship is over, Ron. Now get out of here. Wait, what? Wait, hold on. Oh yeah, I missed the line. Yeah, hold on, guys. Let me read this line and clarify a bit. Do you forgive me? Yes. What for? For entering the tournament. Harry walked towards Ron. Wand forgotten. Punched him in the gut and uppercutted him in the jaw. You forgive me? I'm only going to tell you this one last time. I didn't enter the fucking tournament. Our friendship is over. Now leave. You can't make me leave. So Harry grabs Ron by the neck and throws him over the head out of the tent. Stay the fuck out, said Harry. I calmly said Harry.
What?
Stay the fuck out.
He actually put an exclamation mark and then said.
Yeah, exclamation point said. Yep.
That.
The hunt the game. Okay. Alright. Let me just Google up that story. DuckDuckGo says your game is actually your fanfiction is actually a game. So let me add some modifiers on there. Yeah, here we go. The hunt the game. Access. All right. We'll put you on the list then.
Put you on the list.
Now, all right. You're out. All right. So you want us to cover it while you're not here? No problem. Harry's grandmother. Yeah, indeed. Exactly. Well, we'll be putting that claim that you can't type today to the test. We'll see if you can type any other any other day.
It's very complicated skill.
Indeed. Anyway, so Harry turns around, and then there was a flash of red that went right past his head. Fuck you, Potter. wait, weren't you just apologizing to him? Fuck you, Potter. It's time to show you you're nothing but a lying, cheating fake. Avada Kedavra. And then the dragon swooped down and ate Ron.
Bruh.
Wait.
Just fucking cast the Death's Curse. Author hates Ron, apparently.
Yeah, just a little bit.
You do kind of be like that, yeah.
I'm sorry.
Fuck Ron, I guess.
Would Ron be dumb enough to jump to Avada Kedavraing of someone who is a friend?
No, he's clearly not a friend anymore. He's no enemy that needs to die.
Well, I guess we're not friends anymore. Time to just corpse you. Wait, hang on a second.
Yeah, right. So anyway, so the dragon stares at Ron, and Ron stares at the dragon. But Ron is stupid. So Ron shot Ron magic at the dragon's eye like Harry did, but didn't realize
Ron magic.
Yep, no. The Ron magic. But didn't realize that the entire thing was play acting. dragon's skin is really tough and has magical resistance. So therefore, the eyeball did too. Big brain. So Raythera wasn't in any danger unless he decided to throw a killing curse. But if really a killing curse will solve the dragon issue, I'm gonna have to talk with you about some later books then, author, because the killing curse would have solved some dragon issues later on.
Here's the thing. Look down further and you'll understand, because it's like a fucking request story.
Oh. No, I don't think you understand. We've already seen the author's author page. We already know the author is retarded. I'm just saying that dragons are weak to the killing curse is beyond stupid, because there's literally a point in the story of canon, the canon Harry Potter story. There is literally a point in which they are chased by a dragon, and they are like, oh my god, none of our magic can work on it. So they have to run.
It's a request story complete with a
Ron
dumbass
dash.
character.
Yeah.
So it's like combined, it's like the stupidity of 1,000 suns.
So anyway, the dragon ignores all of Ron magic and swings around its tail and impales Ron so hard that he splits in half. His last thought as he bled out on the ground was, I competed in the Triwizard Tournament. What?
Ron fucking dies the musical.
What?
Interesting.
That is...
Okay.
That's
okay.
certainly one way to end things, I guess.
Chapter's it. That's it. We're done. Alright, so we're going to move on to version 2, the new and improved version. So this was actually posted recently, November 9th of this year. And if we go back to the previous story, that story was posted July 6th of this year.
Why it was rewritten is because Ron reloaded a checkpoint.
Oh, yes, of course. Dragon Legends, a reworking of my previous story, Age of Dragons. It starts during the second year instead. Wow, Arthur, you think that some people might have had a little bit of an issue with the fact that you were just flashing back to the Basilisk fight and then moved on like that wouldn't have changed fucking anything?
Imagine that.
Harry learns that there is more to the Potter family.
Who could have seen that coming?
Yeah, right? It's almost like just including flashbacks to really critical key plot points is not a good idea unless you're ready to talk about them.
First thought.
Alright, so good news. In the span of time that the author took to rewrite the story, they also figured out that you don't need to have a sentence per paragraph.
Yeah, sneaky link.
Right, yes. V2. Ready, fight! Centuries ago, there was a statue of secrecy. Before there was a statue of secrecy, or ministry of magic, dragons roamed free. As humans, magical and muggle, branched out into the world, the dragons found their territory lessened. Dragons were openly hunted, and while they were hard to slay, their numbers soon decreased, because with everything humanity hunts, we kind of murder it until it doesn't exist anymore. One day, a man came upon a dragon while traveling. The dragon was badly hurt, and there were 6 men lying on the ground dead. The man was able to heal the dragon's wounds and convinced him to follow him to a nearby cave where he could rest. The next morning, when the dragon woke, there was a pile of food and some water waiting for him. The man who healed him was sleeping against the wall. The dragon ate the food, drank the water, and was going to leave, but felt there was something about the man that had saved him. So he did something no dragon had ever done with a human before. The dragon bit the man's arm! Yeah! No dragon has ever done that to a human before.
Of course not.
This is just the bard. This is just the dragon doing roleplay, obviously. With this
clearly.
ERP.
while pouring his magic into him, becoming the bonded companion. Yes. Don't you just hate it when a bear comes up to you and says, "I'm your familiar now"?
Druids probably have that problem. Why there's a resume system now.
Why would ever a human save a vicious man-eating monster? Well, I mean, it's the same question as to why Florida man keeps a small child gator in the backseat of his car, or why people try and buy lions to have as pets, or why people import deadly arachnids and snakes and try and build terrariums for them without really understanding their lethality. Because humans are fucking retarded. Also, we think animals are cool.
Yes, and
Anyway. The man woke up as the dragon bit him. I would too. And was scared that he would be killed. But the dragon released him with a flash of magic. The bite mark disappeared. The dragon and the man looked at each other for a while before the man heard. Comma. Why?
Who knows?
Thank you for healing me, wizard, said the dragon. You're welcome, but how is it that I can understand what you are saying? Asked the man. I have bonded with you as your companion, and this time I can teach you how to speak our language, said the dragon. Wait, question then. If you have to learn how to speak parcel tongue, then how the fuck is it automatically transmitted to people down the line?
Magic.
I mean, I'm just saying, you know.
obviously just like wizard blood or something like that.
Oh yes, clear. Now that would be fucking something. Wizard blood automatically teaches the offspring the languages the wizard knew.
It would make sense then for pure blood to continue wanting to be.
Is that why wizards have like 8 languages when you start? Old D&D 3.5, you got languages based on your int modifier, and because wizards were int casting classes, they would always have a really high int score. So the wizard in the party would always be like, well, I know common, elvish, dwarvish, goblin, orc, dragon, abyssal, ghost, spirit, eldritch abomination. It's like, what language do you not know? Oh, I don't know druid.
And that is how the DM decided to make all of the game's writing that he didn't want the players to read in Druid.
Pretty much.
And then the wizard took a spell level in Druid because fuck you.
Pretty much. Well, actually, technically, if you're going by 3.5, you actually can't gain a level in Druid unless you're starting out as a Druid, unless you find a Druid to teach you how to be a Druid. Because that's one of the few classes that, like, you can't just be like, oh yeah, I picked it up. Because part of being a Druid is being taught by another Druid to be a Druid.
I mean, you can make a Druid into another Druid by teaching him how to be Druid.
Yes.
Just the mystery of the Druids that we've been eluded by for so long.
Indeed. The secrets revealed. Expose video.
Real reaction.
Well, as you are my companion, I should introduce myself. I am Nicodemus Potter. Do you have a name? My name is Algor, said Algor.
I asked Al Gore. He almost won.
Over the years, Algor taught Nicodemus how to speak language of dragons. Nicodemus found that it was similar to parcel tongue, and that he could converse with snakes as well. Some other benefits came from the bonding. Nicodemus was able to form scales over him at will, and could withstand spell fire like a dragon. Oh yeah, that's just easy things like that. And a tail. He also had a tail that had spikes on it. Oh, and dragon wings. Oh, jeez, Christ. Fucking.
I'm sure that doesn't get awkward when meeting other wizards and people.
Yeah,
Hello, other wizard. I am part dragon. Why do you have a tail with spikes on it? I am part dragon.
And he can make all of these abilities appear and disappear at will, and when he did them all together, he called it his dragon form. Ah yes, the wizard has a final form. What surprised both Nicodemus and Allegor was that Nicodemus's descendants also had these abilities. Allegor found other dragons who would bond with other potters when he could, but the dragon numbers had severely decreased. Wars over the century decimated the Potter family, and with the statute of secrecy in place, along with ministry regulations limiting where and who could have access to dragons, the magic was obviously forgotten, except by this one dragon that was randomly brought to the tournament that also got matched with Harry Potter.
Stop asking questions. Asking questions about this author's work. That's sexist.
The traits only appear when aroused. Yes, thank you.
Please do not.
Let's see how Slytherin's basilisk fares against Harry Potter. Speak to me, Slytherin, blah blah blah, canon. Where's your bidding master? Kill him. Basilisk slid over. You smell like my old master. There's something else in your smell. What's your name? I'm Harry Potter. Young Harry, you can open your eyes. Those who can speak Parseltongue are immune to basilisks.
Not quite sure that's how that works.
That seems like a critical flaw of lore.
Just like sitting in the fucking corner just going, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, I know, right? You must be a descendant of my old master. The abomination that's ordering me around is a remnant of my current master. My current master is nothing like my old master. He is a real descendant, but his smell was wrong and he had me kill people, which is something my old master would have never had me do. And now his remnant has made me attack several around the school I was meant to protect. Will you help release me from him? I can try, but I don't know how. That's okay. What are you doing? I said kill him, yelled Tom. Grab the book. It's what's allowing him to steal power in your life from friend. Blah, blah, blah. He grabbed the book from Tom. Hold out the book in front of me. I'll bite it now. And so Harry held the book out, and the basilisk bite it, and then Tom died. It's getting solved pretty fast. Okay. Kind of taking the suspense and action out of this whole fight. So anyway, Tom tries to cast magic at the snake, but it kept bouncing off. Yeah, don't you just hate it when your spells ricochet off a greater tier tank?
Yeah, dude, he needs more penetration to get through all the armor.
Enemy has magic resistance.
Fucking angled plating.
Yeah.
I'll die.
The angled armor plates. Dude, he's probably got composite armor too.
Once Tom was dead, Ginny woke up immediately. Harry ran over to her and said, "Keep your eyes closed. Thank you for helping get rid of Tom. How can I help free you of his real self's control? As you are descended from Slytherin, you can bond with me, and it will override the bond of a lesser descendant. I will have to bite you."
Well, will you accept the quest line, Harry Potter?
Oh, hello there. Are you here for a quest?
Hey, you're finally awake.
That would be one way to do that story. Alright, so all you have to do is bite me? Yeah, I'm gonna bite you now. Falls unconscious. Wakes up. Hey, you're finally awake. You were caught trying to cross the border, right?
Skyrim is just a training program for Harry to get stronger.
See, it's funny you say that. It's funny you say that because that's actually the plot of Orpheus's story.
True. Like he's just sleeping in the Chamber of Secrets for like a year while.
What happened was his character started in Skyrim and then dies. And the GM controlling the world was like, wow, that was fucking pathetic. I'm going to put you in the Harry Potter verse so you can get stronger.
That's one way to do it.
I mean, it's a pretty fun story. He just needs to write more and play less games. I see you up at 2 a.m. in the morning playing video games, because I too am also up at 2 a.m. in the morning playing video games. You can't hide from me.
We're all playing video games at 2 a.m. Or in my case, I'm studying until 2 a.m. because fuck.
Now I'm imagining the basilisk with the suit of armor. Oh no.
What have you done?
Oh no, he is reactive plating.
You
Oh
didn't
god, he's got
know what have you done?
ERA. Oh no, he's got a Russian fucking missile interception system.
Who
He's got a
attached a
trophy.
rocket to the basilisk?
Let the ammo
Oh, God.
conda out of the dungeon. Goddamn.
Oh god, that's actually a good idea. Replace the basilisk with the ammo conda from Gungeon.
Oh god.
PTSD of not being able to one-shot it intensifies. PTSD
So
of
blah blah
taking
blah
one
blah
damage.
blah 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 blah. I will bind myself to you. I could have done it earlier, but the bind is better if done with willing consent. Harry nodded. The basilisk bit him. There was a glow and the bite mark disappeared. My name is Salagira. Salgiria. That doesn't sound very British.
Salduria. Salduria?
Yeah, it doesn't sound British at all.
It's Algeria. Yeah, it sounds more Arabic or something.
Yeah, that's not British.
Well,
Inshallah.
I mean, maybe it's just like from the deserts. I don't know.
Is the basilisk an immigrant? Is he become a doctor now?
Yeah, basilisk is definitely
I'm
a
not
doctor.
gonna make a joke about that. I'm not touching that with the 10-foot pole.
I'm making fun of Britain. Calm down. My
Still
master
not
calls
fucking
me Sally. Then I'll call you Sally. Are you okay down here? Yeah, I'm fine down here. Okay, I need to leave now. Okay, bye. And then Harry carries Guinea back. Harry knew wrong with her, Dumbledore, but Dumbledore wasn't happy the Basilisk was alive. But Harry was like, "Hey, fuck you, old man. I'm the only one that went into that dungeon."
To be fair, to like,
that's fair enough.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
like Dumbledore would probably go like, "That is fair."
I'm sad you didn't kill the basilisk. Hey, fuck you. I was the one who actually went there. If you want to kill it, you can go.
Do it yourself.
Dumbledore strokes beard. Yes, this is fair.
So anyway, Malfoy showed up, and then Harry gave Dobby a Glock, and Dobby was a free elf.
Ah, based.
Master has given Dobby a clock. Dobby is free.
Hospital wing, blah blah blah. They administered the potions, and everyone's fine and dandy now. And then Harry goes back to the Chamber of Secrets, and he's like, "What's up?" Basilisk is like, "What's up?"
What's up?
And then blah 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 blah. I have a second eyelid that can keep people from dying to me. You know, the smell of another creature, I can't figure it out. Salazar spoke about your family. Salazar's journals are behind here. So that's actually something that I found quite interesting when I was reading a Harry Potter story recently. I believe it was actually Nonsensical Rant's story. I'm not sure. It might have been, it might not have been. But basically they were like, oh yeah, there was a whole hidden library, because this is a very common trope. There was a whole hidden library in the Chamber of Secrets. Salazar's secret stuff.
Oh yeah.
Except all the books all the books were molded. Like the paper was ruined on them all, and the whole thing was fucking moldy as hell. And he was like, "Oh well, you know, it is pretty damp down here, and I guess the spells did fail after a couple hundred years."
Imagine that.
Hey Sneaky, does Twitch give you something when we use our channel points? No. Twitch does not give me jack shit when you use channel points. Channel points are specifically there just for you.
Literally just for people that like spam shit or whatever.
And for Sneaky to never fucking add anything usable on.
Well, I don't even know how to do that.
It's also not like he's motivated to do so.
Yeah, there's no
Well,
reason.
yeah, true.
That as well.
I have like 80,000 fucking channel points now.
Yeah,
You can do
well,
anything.
yeah,
Points on the machine.
they're just building. There's nothing I can do with them, though.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like I can't really even add anything for them, because it's like, oh, what do people normally add for channel points?
I don't fucking know.
Exactly. Fuck off. Add stuff for channel points. Oh well, what do people normally add for channel points? I don't fucking know.
I don't know. Just fucking add whatever.
You just do something. Fucking you. And fuck you.
Hey, fuck you. Fuck you.
Hey, fuck are you?
You know, maybe I'll set up a no. That's probably against Twitch's TOS. I was gonna say I could set up a donation minimum, saying like, oh yeah, donate $5, I'll take a shot. But I was like, pretty sure that's against TOS.
Yeah, you can't do drinking games. Drinking games are actually explicitly not allowed.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm pretty sure that's not allowed.
Yeah.
I've seen song requests and free subs as point rewards.
Yeah, song request. I guess it like more applicable something like Vito for 50,000 or
That's gonna be fucking dead in a bit because new Twitch.
something like that.
Yeah, I know,
Yeah.
right? Yeah,
Twitch
free
moment.
veto. Well, you get that by paying me money.
I already do.
Look,
Fuck you.
anyone can fucking stand around and listen to me or just fucking mute me for all I care. Anyone can do that. You gotta pay me money to actually make me do something for you. I've seen song requests. I don't think song requests are gonna last much longer. Did you guys hear about that? The song request, the whole song fiasco?
Yeah. Now it's
Yeah.
like, oh, just mute all sound in your game.
Yeah.
Just don't even bother.
Yeah, no, it's like, oh yeah, well, you know, at the time, the company had the rights to put the song in their game, but now that they don't have the rights anymore, you're not allowed to play the automatically played song in your game.
Genius.
It's like, but wait, hold on. If they don't have the rights to that song anymore, and the song automatically plays because it's part of the music track, I'm the one that gets banned for that?
Apparently
Yes,
so.
obviously, they can't touch the other people. They decide to go to the Twitch streamers.
Yes, Shadow, like Moth. Moth is indeed paying me money. We'll see how long that lasts.
Probably up until they realize that you really need someone to help you with writing.
That is a mostly false statement. I've
Good catch.
Very good catch, sir. 10 of good sports. Golf clap on that one, ladies and gentlemen.
I hold on a second. I can write on my own when properly motivated. In fact, I pretty much have the entire outline done at this point, and I'm already writing the starter bits.
He has the outline done, ladies and gentlemen,
of chapter 1. Mister, I'm gonna dream about shit and write it in a notebook in the most nonsensical fashion possible with the bar none worst handwriting I've ever seen in existence. So why don't you shut the fuck up and publish something?
I don't do this for a living, so I don't have to follow your rules.
I mean,
yeah, that's true. You don't have to follow my rules at all, but just shut the fuck up then.
No.
You're still not doing work? That is a false statement. I'm doing all sorts of work. On nothing that matters.
I've also been busy. You know what? Fuck you. As soon as
I'm making tons of progress on things that have absolutely no relevance. Anyway, so so the big ass basilisk shows them a bunch of stuff, and she's like, "Oh yeah, you know, look at all this stuff over here. You can read this stuff, and this stuff contains a whole bunch of spells that no one else in reality even knows about. So it's like a bunch of super magic and stuff. And there's just randomly this note that's been on the table the whole time, and Harry reads the note, and it's like, yo, hey, anyone that reads this note, congratulations, you passed the test. You must now place the ring on your finger to become Lord Slytherin, and I'll give you a whole shit ton amounts of money. And then you go down to Gringotts, and they got even more money for you, and you got a bunch of spells and crap. Toodles, Salazar Slytherin. And he's like, you know, Sally, did Tom know about this whole ring descendant thing? Sally's like, yeah, totally. He just, you know, couldn't put the ring on because it hated him. And anyway, so yeah, he just said goodbye to Sally and left the room with the ring. Anyway, so stuff happened, and then Hagrid is released from Azkaban, leaving Feast. Next day at Hogsmeade, Hogwarts Express, Dursley's home, and then in Dumbledore's office, on a shelf in the headmaster's office, the silver-like device started spinning and smoking before exploding into flame. This story is not going to follow everything that happened in the previous story, as from above you can already see that Harry Potter will be bonded to a basilisk as well as a dragon from the tournament. We will have 30 years to get through where Harry will learn about a bunch of things, and the pairing will only be Harry times Luna times Hermione, and Ron won't die this time, but instead...
I told you, he loaded a checkpoint.
Ron will not die this time, but instead will be paired with Lavender Brown. Although that won't really matter anyway, because this story focuses on Harry, Luna, and Hermione. I hope you all like how this turns out. Well, I can say that is a significant improvement from the previous iteration author. I'm actually impressed how much you improved compared to your previous story. I still think a lot of this shit's really fucking dumb, though. You're kind of hand-waving a whole bunch of crap, and that doesn't really send the best tone for your first chapter. Now, I understand that kind of requires it for your premise of the story. I'm not seeing where you're going with all this yet. Because so far we've got a bunch of checklists of Harry Potter's familiars, some super magical deadly animal, and he's got a bunch of secret magic, and he's the heir to something, and there's going to be some vaults, and next chapter is probably going to have friendly goblins that are going to give him a bunch of money and spells and power. And it's generally a lot of really generic shit so far, so I'm not really sure where you're going with this story besides... Lamau, Harry is gonna get super strong and show up everyone. Also, he's gonna fuck 2 girls because I really think Luna and Hermione are hot, I guess, or something. Like, I don't know. I mean, at least she dropped the whole multi-pairing thing with Fleur and Ginny and all those other people. So, credit where credit's due. You heavily improved from the first story, but that's like saying, hey, splattering your shit all over the bathroom mirror is an improvement to shitting in the bed.
I mean, that one's relative, honestly. It depends.
I mean, I suppose that's... But anyway, since we got asked, I have been asked and I shall hear it. We have been asked to read The Hunt the Game. And the author of this story directly asked us to do this story. He is also fucked off, so I can only assume that he will either A, actually watch this part of the segment, or B, not watch this part of the segment and declare me trash anyway like he did last time. Now, I would of course be remiss if I didn't reiterate, because apparently some of the people on Shiro's server need me to spell it out in the most clearest, plainest, simplest words possible. I am not a critic. I am a commentator. I make funny jokes, sometimes. Other times, I just sound dumb. I'm gonna be mostly commenting and nitpicking on your story, because I don't like you. I also don't like your story, preemptively, because I don't like you.
I feel like that should just be the banner for this podcast stream or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
Well,
it's like replace fanfiction in the title with fuck you.
Well, it's literally in the title, Contempt.
Yeah, this is literally called Fanfiction Contempt Theater. I am making a theater out of my contempt for fanfiction.
Like,
I wonder what it's about.
When Sneaky and Atin first mentioned this idea to me, and I told him go ahead and do it, I'm out of town. It was literally, what if we just shit talk fanfiction we don't like, and sometimes talk about what it did right or wrong? Because we find fanfiction we don't like, but has really solid grammar and sentence structure.
Or, you know, we find a really cool idea that could have been, like, interesting, but the grammar and sentence structure is god-awful, so we actually will be like, well, this idea is good, but you could have fixed it by doing this, this, and that thing. And we get a lot of people that are saying, like, oh, it's fan fiction, anything can happen. And it's like, well, no, actually. If
Fan
you're
fiction,
gonna... You know, I like
Fanfiction.
to... Sorry, Max. I was gonna say, I like to relate fan fiction to telling a campfire story. Sometimes they're original, sometimes it's a campfire story you heard from someone else. And you want your campfire story to be enjoyable to all the people you're telling to around the campfire because they're around the campfire with you. And if you ruin the night by telling a really shit story, you're either going to be A, mocked, or B, people are no longer going to enjoy the campfire.
Yeah. And fan fiction, as Sneaky, I've had this discussion for a number of times. It follows a different set of rules from original published creative writing.
Yeah,
because you are using someone else's work as a building block. If you want it to be completely original, you shouldn't be on this website.
Honestly,
you should be looking for a publisher or doing self-publishing through a blog or Amazon or something. You should be putting your work out there as yours.
Honestly, it's sort of fan fiction is sort of like the color in the lines books. Like, have you ever seen the color in the lines books? But like someone gets super fucking creative with the background and does a whole bunch of like stuff that wasn't outlined in the book.
Yeah,
and you're just staring at it like, what are you doing? This.
But like that's sort of what like fan fiction is there's already stuff on the paper. You already have to follow certain rules when it comes to drawing on this piece of paper because there's already pre-printed lines on the paper restricting what you're drawing. Right? And sure, you can get creative, but you're still forced to have those parts, the pre-printed stuff, be in your drawing. But if you get too creative at that point, why are you even drawing on the pre-printed paper? Why aren't you just drawing your own?
There's a guy who has one of the longest written, not longest running, but longest written Ruby stories, I think. I know him personally.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh yeah, I do fanfiction. Like, here are two things I've done. It was one for Naruto, one for Ruby. And I looked through, I didn't go far in the Naruto one because Ruby didn't really grab me. The Ruby one I kept going through because it's like, okay, I see what he's doing here. And the next time we met up, I was like, so I read some of your Ruby stuff. It's like, oh yeah, what'd you think? I was like, I'm disappointed in you. Why? Because you're not writing your own work.
Yeah.
You have restructured all this in a way, and you can see the inspiration that he's taken from other fiction, and he just straight up lifted the assassin world from John Wick down to the chip system that they use.
Okay.
But he used it in such a way, it's like, I really would rather you take this, rename everything, and publish this.
Yeah.
Because you have a certain flow going here.
But
that is
did he
really
do
well
like
done.
Did he do like a completely original thing, or was it still like in the structure of Ruby as it was previously, or was it like just basically Ruby veneer but original story?
It started out as doing a good job of staying within the structure of Ruby, but then by chapter 4 or 5, it started veering into like pretty much his own original work with the veneer of Ruby there.
I mean, like, that's like sort of the thing that like I'm gonna have to balance a lot when I'm gonna be writing this Ruby Requiem story, because it's like on one hand there's a lot of shit that's already in Ruby that is still usable, and but on the other hand I'm gonna have to make up a lot of shit to put everything to use. Like,
you've gotta also connect some building blocks that, again, it feels like Monty had a plan, but they threw all that out. Like, I feel like Monty did have a plan for what Salem's final objective is, but we don't know now because they have just
fucked it.
They threw out the napkin he left them.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, not only that, it's just like, oh yeah, you know, I'm a literally unkillable magic wielding person with a infinite army behind me, and I can spawn them at will and customize them at will as well. But for some reason, I haven't been able to take over the world yet, even though that's my apparent stated goal.
Yeah, we don't even know if that's what she wants, unless that was stated somewhere in Volume 7 or 8.
Yeah, no, it was. It was. She wants the whole world under her rule.
Well, she can have it because she literally can't do any worse than Ozpin.
I know, right?
By the way, this is just something, talked about Ruby still having a lot of potential. You know what has a lot of potential that I wish they based more things on?
Sure.
Up until Volume 4, and a few of the, it's the songs. So up to Volume 4, the songs with lyrics told stories and told us more about the characters than the show ever did.
Yes, yeah, which is kind of sad. That's
one of
probably
the
why they
things-
stopped it.
Probably, and some of them still
I mean-
kind of kept it, but at the same time, it was just like, okay, now we're not getting a deeper understanding of the character because you're
I mean,
just already
you
out
know,
of the
you know,
show.
Dishwasher. You know why he ended up not drawing for Ruby fan art anymore?
It went shit.
No, no. Ruby actually, Rooster Teeth sent him a cease and desist because people were comparing his fan art and his like hypothetical scenarios to the currently produced Ruby content, and the writers didn't appreciate it.
You know, I remember when Rooster Teeth used to care about the fans, like just as a whole.
Actually, like way back in the day, back when they still did the webcomic.
I used to give them $15 every 3 months because I enjoyed their stuff. But one of the things that whenever I restructure Ruby and on my own, I want to mess with some of the characters because of the songs.
Yeah.
Because Sneaky, when you do your rewrite, I really do suggest.
Oh, I'm gonna send it. Yeah, I'm gonna send it to you first. And yeah.
Yeah, I suggest going through the character songs because like Ruby and Weiss are much more interesting characters within their songs.
Mm-hmm.
Blake is still nothing because her song is literally a call and response between her and Adam about how they were born into a horrible world. And the song does a better job explaining that, yeah, Blake also went through the same shit that Adam did, but she came out with a different understanding of, I want peace without having to kill people. So she's slightly more compelling, but she's still the least compelling character. And Yang's songs are straightforward. I have a temper, and I will beat the shit out of you if you don't help me.
But have the power of God and enemy on my side.
Basically.
Oh
Ruby's
shit! Wait, as Ozpin can actually say that.
Oh, he can. Oh my god, he can. Ruby is a much more interesting character in Red Like Roses Part 2. Which is a call and response.
Jokes. Oh yeah, you know, yeah, that's a fair point. I enjoyed Rooster Teeth back when Red vs. Blue was still a weekly joke thing, and before they did a whole story behind it. To be honest, I sort of liked the developing story for Red vs. Blue.
There was an underlying story.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong, like a lot of the advancements in the whole reason why there was even a major progress on the story was because Microsoft started working with them, and they got better animations and they got better computers, so they were able to start doing a lot more. So they wanted to do a lot more. Again, Microsoft was also shoveling them money because holy shit, it made them popular.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, them just getting a fucking role in Halo, even though it was really small, probably should just show that off.
Yeah.
Yeah. But back to characterizations.
Are the guys from Shiro's server telling you something when you comment on their fics? Yeah, they are actually. I've gotten a couple comments from people. For example, Mir told me that they would never watch my show because I would demotivate them to stop writing, which I replied with, that would be an improvement.
It really would.
Yeah, I mean, man's not wrong.
Because we've read both of their stories, and while I will say the Goody Two Shoes Ruby Gamer story is far superior to their Game Differently story, which is massive fucking cringe, the Goody Two Shoes story was also massive fucking cringe, just in a lesser degree. So it really wasn't an improvement so much as it was a refinement of the already current garbage product. It really does not make me feel like you are improving as an author when I check in on your channel and you're talking about how your character stats are going like crazy high and how you can one-shot everything now, and now you're going to use all your massive power to randomly cuck characters you dislike. Like, that doesn't tell me you're really an author dedicated to writing a good, interesting story. That just tells me that you're a really garbage author who got popular, who just wants to fuck around in a story, which, don't get me wrong, is fine. Just don't get butthurt when someone calls you out on it. You know, little things in life.
The little things in life, huh?
Little things in life. But anyway, so this is The Hunt, the Game by Axis 1247, which I believe goes by Regis over in the server. I believe I've covered Draydon Sick. We covered Draydon Sick, right? And then Manu is Reverend Insanity. I believe that's I'm connecting these dots correctly.
I don't know. Maybe not. Who knows?
I was really hoping someone was paying more attention than I was, because I was a little bit fucking drunk when I was...
I have not been paying attention at all.
I'm a little busy.
What are we supposed to be paying attention to?
Fuck. Well, on with the show, gentlemen!
We are not professional at all. Please give us money.
Generally, anyone who's joined my Discord server has said good things. Yeah, please support the official release. You can find it below in the Patreon symbol. Generally, anyone who's joined my Discord server and watches this live generally has a good opinion of this podcast's general coverage of stories. Generally, anyone who does not join my server and does not watch this podcast live tends to really dislike me and my stories. That's on them. I really don't give a shit. It's just like earlier, someone in the author help section over on Shiro's server was like, where they're talking about Grammarly, and I'm like, yeah, God, the only thing with Grammarly you got to be careful about is that it doesn't really understand narrative English, and so you have to be careful about some of the changes, and you got to really know grammar before you use Grammarly, because you have to know when Grammarly is wrong about the changes it wants to make.
Yeah.
It's more of a error correcting software than it is a error catching software. You commented mine? Are you Reverend Insanity? No, we haven't gotten the Reverend Insanity yet. That is on our list up here on the top bar that's hidden. So at least I'm right on connecting who's who, though. But no, they responded to me like, oh, well, I don't think you know grammar, because obviously I don't spell check myself and make sure I'm grammatically correct when I'm sending text messages on the internet.
What a shock.
And they're like, oh, I don't think you know grammar. I'm like, well, I don't think I fucking care about your opinion.
Also true.
I don't think you care about anyone else's opinion on it, so I don't know why people...
I know, well, hold on a second. I care about people's opinions. I take Max's opinion into account. I take Gray's opinion into account. That's about it.
Yeah, that's about it, honestly.
Hello, Pedro. So anyway, this is The Game...
Yes, Brazil has come to us.
The Hunt, the Game. This is a Monster Hunter gamer fanfiction. This is by Axis 1247. He popped in here earlier and dropped the link to the fic, and then popped out. So I don't know if it's gonna get covered at all, but whatever. Looks like a lifetime of video games didn't help me at all when I was alive originally, but I think they'll come in handy now. You actually probably want a comma there instead of a period. What do you mean I'm a handler? Damn it, Elizabeth. I don't know if that's a Shiro reference or not.
Don't think
so anyway, this is a adventure romance story with a original character as the main character. This is my first fic. Hope it meets expectations. Wakey wakey, eggs and bakey player. Who the heck says wakey wakey? I do. Fuck off.
I like that you took offense to that.
I will take offense.
God, that's gonna be a saying that dies out with our generation, isn't it?
It is. It is very much a '90s kid generation saying.
Remind me of this. I don't want to be reminded that I'm old.
Wakey,
You're ancient,
wakey,
no
eggs and bacon!
Time is ticking. You're getting old.
With each second, you
Ignorant.
grow older, and you
And
age,
ignorant.
and cells die.
Remain ignorant.
In fact, who is that speaking? I don't remember installing some weird AI wake-up call and holy shit, where is my body? Exclamation point, question mark. Well, that's an easy one. You lost it in your temporary, non-existent state player.
But why?
But don't worry, you'll have a new one soon, and you'll even get to decide how you look this time. Isn't that wonderful? I mean, I like the
No.
cheery Rob. It's a little bit different from the dour, I'm a sarcastic asshole Rob that we normally get with these gamer fix, so you know.
Look at that. Thank you.
Hey, thank you very much, Manu. Non-existent. Wait, are you telling me I died? I don't remember dying. Well, hold on a second. Wait, what? Temporary non-existent state. Wait. Yeah, the state's temporary. Non-existent. It's a very weird way to word it. I don't remember dying. Last I checked. Wait, what did I do last? I can't remember anything. Who am I? Where am I? Who? Gamer's mind is activated. A blue screen with large white text pops up in front of me as a cool, calming sensation emanates from my hands and flows down while the feeling of panic doesn't fully go away. It's now very muted. Again, gamer's mind making you not overly emotional. It really feels like kind of the opposite thing should really happen. Gamer's mind, you are more prone to emotional outbursts.
You're more prone to emotional extremes.
I'll say that
Racism.
this might be the
Large amounts of racism.
this might be the first time I've seen someone properly use it, at least at the start of a story. Can't wait for them to fuck it up.
Yeah. Well, you know, I mean, you know, with our last gamer story that we covered from Shiro's server, I'm not panicking because I'm a sociopath and we don't feel emotions.
Oh wow, Sneaky, you have an actual fan.
I have a fan. What
Wow.
Yeah, look at what Manu just said. Apparently, your
He
streams
actually
make
likes
your
you.
day.
Your streams make my day.
Oh, he
Now
actually
I'm
gifted a sub.
blushing.
Amazing.
Manu's
Sneaky.
filling in for
First
Super
real
Tail.
fan.
Yeah, I don't know about that one. We'll see how long that lasts. Remember my other first real fan who was drawing fan art for the stream, but then I said a story that he likes was shit, and so he hated me?
No, I don't. Who was that?
That was a Anon Quark guy.
Oh. Oh yeah.
Yeah. He made fan art for the stream and stuff happening and shit. And then I said, one day I said, hey, this story is garbage. And he's like, this is my favorite story. I'm like, well, your favorite story is garbage. And he didn't like that too much.
And sneaky moment.
Sometimes it do be like that.
So, Voice. Can I call you Voice? Why did you restore me from existence? I mean, all this seems semi-familiar to me. It's like one of those isekai animes that I addicted to watching in high school, except that the screen vaguely reminds me of an RPG skill display. Mind filling me in? Okay, so first off, again, I will give credit where credit is due.
Gearbox line.
I will give credit where credit is due. The author has a okay opening in parts. Like some of them, it's like, oh yeah, it's actually pretty good. It's actually pretty good opening interaction between the Rob and the player. Also, I just feel like if you actually died and you you got summoned before some endless void voice saying, hey, you're a gamer now. I feel like saying isekai, just mentioning the word isekai would make the random omnipotent being just like flip their goddamn shit, like God fucking damn it, not another one.
God fucking damn it, why do I get the weak? It's like fucking Aqua or something like that that's resurrecting you. just like, you can bring one thing to you in a magical world. I want a gun to my head.
I want a gun that only shoots me.
I want a new goddess. I need a new.
I want a new goddess.
That one's pretty good.
I mean, I don't know. Personally, if I ended up in like Konosuba and got Aqua, telling me I gotta pick something, I'd be like, all right, ICBM and the ability to fire it.
Oh no!
Knowing her,
Many
she's
ICBMs.
like
I
detonated
will.
on top of you.
I want it on a 1-day cooldown. I want one per day. I will fix this Demon Lord issue. Fucking lickety split.
To make sure that you're immune to the ICBM, because then she'll probably just drop it on top of you when you start the world's generation.
That's a fair point. But hey, it's just saying. It's like if you can't have any more Demon Lords if you nuke everyone.
What make you a Demon Lord?
True, I suppose.
Sneaky becomes the new Demon Lord through a policy of mutually assured destruction.
What? Me the new Demon Lord? What?
Actually, how Konosuba started, and Konosuba will end with Sneaky. It's just Sneaky Devil's profile picture, just the male version, just like appearing as the final boss. Like,
it's too late, hero. Playing. You can't stop my ultimate magic. What's that? I will stop anything. I have the chosen one sword. Oh, well, can you stop multiple ICBMs from hitting every single city?
I have an ICBM. I have something better. It's called an explosion wizard.
Yes, the ICBMs. You just, you set every ICBM off to, gyroscopically adjust its way and fall on every city.
I mean, they have GPS tracking.
Exactly.
Doesn't that work off electronic signals, which means that it wouldn't really?
Yeah, but this is a magic ICBM, so don't fucking fuck it up. Yeah.
Shut up.
Tutorial engaged. Congratulations, you have been reincarnated to receive an ability called the Gamer and have been gifted with your very own personal system. This system allows for practically infinite growth and strength. And here I was thinking all the time playing video games would never help me in life. Well, actually it didn't, so fuck me, I guess. Due to complaints about tutorial length, this tutorial will only cover the bare basics of the gamer's features, and the rest will be explained in detail by your system as the features become relevant. Wow, it's an author that figured out that doing massive info dumps right at the start of a story is really boring.
I would like to take this moment to say that I hate people. But
oh good, Atin, you're here! That means we can then cover the Jesus Naruto story!
I'm sorry, the what?
I veto immediately.
Cringe. I counter veto. Fuck
I
you,
double counter your veto for being here longer than you have.
Bitch, you don't have 2 vetoes. Fuck off.
Veto. Yeah, fuck you.
Due to complaints about tutorial stats, name, age, race, alignment, level, HP, MP, regen.
Gamer.
All stats are 10, luck 0, you died. Blah blah blah, explaining the system. Well, I'm screwed. While I'm curious why my stamina has such a massive regen based on my 0 luck.
What?
How does that make any sense?
Wait, hold on.
I think he connected 2 sentences a bit too early there.
No. I'm curious why my stamina has such massive regen based on my 0 luck.
It probably means I'm being revived into Naya or God for the Dark Souls.
That doesn't.
No! That doesn't make any sense.
Luck only happens with item discovery. It's not stamina.
I think he missed a comma. Like, while I'm curious why stamina has such a massive regen, comma, based on my 0 luck, it probably means I'm being revived into blah blah blah.
Well, no, it doesn't make any sense. Literally, stamina regen...
It doesn't make any sense, but that's the most sense I can make out of it.
But, like, no, that's actually really, like... 25% of your stamina regenerates per minute. That's actually pretty balanced.
Yeah.
I would say that I mean, it's not Dark Souls level of stamina regen, but
yeah, like that's
See,
actually
I got back in time for the numbers.
Yeah, it's actually really balanced in not the player's favor. Like, this is actually a really low stamina regen. So I don't know why you would think you're lucky with that one.
That's a good question.
A bit of a confusing comment, but okay. Anyway, I guess I'm gonna be reincarnated into Neo, or God forbid, Dark Souls. Wait, what's wrong with being reincarnated into Neo or Dark Souls?
Constantly dying. The world is ending.
No. Here's the thing. Depending on when you're reincarnated into Dark Souls, you're not gonna fight anything. You're gonna have a perfectly normal, happy life.
It's actually a fair point. But I mean, obviously, we know it's only going to be the Dark Souls game and not like any other point in the Dark Souls history.
I mean, yes, but the option, the theoretical chance exists. It's not like being reincarnated
also,
into 40K, where there is no good option.
Also, it's a really bad conclusion to draw, oh, I might be in Neo or Dark Souls, because the problem with both Neo and Dark Souls is there's no other races. Like, there's no other playable races. Like, yeah, there's like giants and shit, but you can't play that as a race. And the whole plot of Dark Souls revolves around you being a human. And the race is a question mark up here. The race is not set, which means you can't go to a story that would change if you had a different race. It's an illogical conclusion to draw, to be like, oh,
Sneaky, I know why his stamina regen is so high.
No.
He's part ratling.
It's actually pretty low.
Yes.
But anyway, so what appears in front of me is a faceless, featureless, clay-like body. Semicolons. It has no discernible features, where I can even tell if it's masculine or feminine nature. Actually, that is a properly used semicolon. Color me shocked.
What is this madness?
Very well, author. I shall let you off this time.
Don't say that like you're a fucking dark.
Your heresy will be permitted for now.
Was I a girl before I died? It's almost annoying that I can't remember every game. It's almost annoying that I can remember every game I've played or show I've watched, but I can't remember if I was a dude or not.
What? What?
By your manner of talking, I'm probably gonna put you as what? I guess it doesn't matter anymore. I now have creative freedom. Sometime later, I finish putting the finishing touches on my new body, and if I have anything to say about it myself, I look damn good. 6 foot even. Also, manlet status. Got it. Who wrote this? Axis 1247, which I believe is Regis on the Shiro server. With a good amount of muscle, the body looks like it did some cutting, but only just enough to get some definition of the semi-freakish bodybuilder look. It has nice pecan-colored skin, for which some reason I immediately imagined as skin-colored. I guess I was black guy before?
That's a very weird, strange way to phrase that. Like...
Yeah, I'm not really not sure where you're going with that one, Alder. A rounded nose sits in the middle of my face as opposed to...
What? As opposed to what? The lower portion? Your chin?
Yes, my nose chin. Bordered by
I
two
believe Lord
bright...
of Nose Hair would know about that.
Yeah. Bordered by 2 bright lavender-colored eyes, a well-manicured beard, and short midnight black hair round out my face. As for other features, of course, I made my dick bigger. Why wouldn't I? Even though you just said you didn't remember being a dude, which would imply you don't remember your dick size, which implies, for all you know, you might have made your dick size smaller.
Given how this author is writing it, I'm pretty sure the dick size is smaller. Like, his original dick size is smaller than what he's made.
Oh, well, I mean, obviously his original dick size is smaller. Anything beyond a pencil is smaller.
Harsh, dude.
But true.
I mean, hey, if you...
True, I just said it was harsh.
I mean, hey, if he wants to piss me off and then give his fic to me... That's his prerogative.
It's just like you just go straight for it. Like you didn't even like off the blow at all. Like come on.
Let's see
Goes
here.
right in.
After I was sure I was finished, are you sure you didn't maybe give it a extendable prehensile features? You know. No, Arthur? No, you're just gonna leave it with a bigger dick? Okay, very cool.
You're not gonna. Hey, at least he didn't Mr.
What?
Fantastic his dick.
Wasn't Regis one of the simps? Yeah, he was.
Yeah. Yes.
After I was sure I was finished, I blinked and suddenly I was inside my new body wearing a very familiar set of black and red spot fit underclothes. A couple of stretches confirmed that I didn't fuck up my body in some way. As I was finishing, the system spoke up. You are quite a handsome figure, player. Thanks, system. I blinked. The game didn't really give my voice option, so I certainly wasn't expecting the smooth, regal voice with an accent I couldn't quite place from what memories I had. Well, I'm not complaining. Call me Elizabeth. Oh, fucking Christ. I would... I might take the gun option if I ever ended up with a voice on my head saying call me Elizabeth that had multi-dimensional powers.
Yeah.
And please do not give me flashbacks to Infinite. I refuse to believe that game exists anymore.
Listen.
I'm glad I'm not the only one having flashbacks to Infinite.
I am I fucking hate Infinite. I have said it multiple times. I think I've said it on this stream, I've said it on my stream, and I've said it on Europe's stream. I hate that fucking game.
I honestly, I really had a lot of fun playing Infinite at first, and then I actually finished Infinite, and I was like, wow, time to never ever look at that game ever again.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it was gameplay-wise, it was reasonably fun.
And then you beat it, and you're like, wow.
Until you, like, fucking were like, oh, hey, I'm out of ammo again. Let me just, oh, hey, magical ammo-appearing girl, please give me ammo for, like, the 50th time.
Magic ammo girl, please throw me something useful
You're going
this time.
to throw me a bottle of salts, of which I have 7,000. Yes, thank you. Just what I needed.
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm gonna go root through this dumpster. I'll be back to the firefight in 20 minutes.
I'm gonna go play on this guitar for the next hour because fuck me.
The guitar is more fun than the actual game. Hey, you guys want to hear about 1999 mode?
No.
No. What I was gonna say is, by the way, the only like magical extra dimensional voice I want in my head is Suthner from Three Houses.
That's fair enough.
Listen,
simp.
Yeah, listen, as long as it's willing to banter back and forth so that I can never be truly alone again, I'll take it.
Are you saying you don't want Paimon as your eternal companion?
What? Why would I want emergency food over Suthner?
Emergency food service as a companion, thank you.
I don't know.
Although just a side note, I will actually give Genshin Impact credit for... At first, when I ran into Paimon, I was like, great, it's the fucking mascot character. And I was like, you know what? I don't hate it.
Yeah.
So you've actually managed to do what most people can never do.
Make the quirky mascot character actually tolerable?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Part of that was the, I'll admit, part of that was the emergency food joke.
Yeah, I mean, hey man, I don't know if that was like an original joke they came up with or something they just rolled with when the community started making it, but you know, whoever wrote that...
It was made in the game.
Okay.
That was an option in the first 30 minutes of gameplay.
Yeah.
Alright, fair enough then. I mean, I played the game, it's been a while, so they've updated it a lot since the original release.
Yeah, well, I was gonna say, credit to them. They gave it to you in the first 30 minutes, but this was the thing that sold it. They then let you keep making the joke every fucking time.
Literally every time you introduce Paimon. Yeah, this is emergency food supply. Eventually Paimon just starts accepting it.
I'm not emergency. Oh, forget it.
I forget who it was that you introduced Paimon to as the emergency food supply, and her response is, well, then you better feed me lots of food so I can fatten up.
And good night, everybody.
And I was just like, well played.
I was like, all right, fair enough there, Paimon.
Fair enough then. Well played.
I suppose I can't get mad at you every time you demand more food.
Elizabeth, then, no. Don't I still have a little bit of tutorial left to do? I tilt my head at the blank box with a tutorial.
No,
still
listen.
communicating with
Nobody gets to make tutorial jokes because Far Cry, what was it? 3 new? No.
Far Cry 3 New Vegas.
Far Cry
Far Cry
Blood
3 New
Dragon.
Vegas. Yeah, because Blood Dragon killed all of them.
Oh god, that was so great. Mash X to skip tutorial. Fuck all this shit.
Crouching, let's see, will make you harder for your enemies to detect and give you an excellent thigh workout.
Oh god, that game was fucking something else. Flicking the shotgun shells in the air to reload the shotgun.
Oh my god. Oh, reloading the hand cannon was a great animation too.
Oh god, they were all so good, and it was just like, oh god damn it. I do know there was an interview I saw from Ubisoft. Is the I think it was the developers of 4. But it was the developers that came after the Blood Dragon developers who were really fucking salty about Blood Dragon because they were like, it set a new standard of what we had to meet. It's like, oh no, you poor baby. A bunch of developers in their free time built a better game than everything else that you've produced so far. Wow, cry some more. What are you gonna do? Shit in your pants?
We have to put effort in.
I despise Paimon's voice. That's fair enough.
That's why
Yeah,
you
understandable.
voice.
Now that you have opposable thumbs, let's finalize the process. You may now take up to 3 flaws and gain 3 perks to help you with your adventures over the course of this process, which is completely optional.
Definitely not how that works.
Which is completely optional, and you may skip it to name yourself and be sent to your first world, which has already been selected for you. No, actually, the flaws to perks thing is from D&D, so I don't hate the system. I actually really like the flaws to perks thing. It's just
but wasn't it like a 3-to-2 ratio? I thought.
No, it was 1 flaw equals 1 perk, unless the DM sent home rules. But no, the default rules in the player's handbook was 1 flaw to 1 perk. But it was also set to only 2. You can only take 2 flaws for 2 perks. The other thing was that the reason why I had such gumption with the previous stories that we read that had this feature in it was that they didn't say that the perk was manually picked. They said the perk was randomly selected from a large list. And it's like, okay, no, it clearly fucking wasn't. If you just said the perk was picked by the person, I wouldn't have any issue with this. But you're trying to tell me that it randomly gave him quadruple damage. Randomly. Of all the things it could have picked, it gave him the one thing that gave him quadruple damage. Randomly. Just say he picked it. Like,
yeah.
Fuck off. Just say he picked it. So anyway, so the thing is multiversal then, so I could really end up in Dark Souls. I'll take a perk then. Fuck it. Maybe I'll get instant death as my flaw. What? Perk added.
Button to die instantly.
Death from above. I do like that. In 7 days to die, you can acquire broken glass by breaking windows or breaking glass jars. And it has a usage button for it. And if you use the glass, you cut your wrists and die.
Genius.
Alright.
You took the short way out, I guess.
The description is literally when the apocalypse becomes too much for you and you only have one way out. It's like, Jesus Christ, developer.
Can't fault for not being realistic.
Anyway, so let's see what these randomly selected perks and flaws are. I'm sure they won't be completely ignored later on.
No.
Random perk added. Death from above. Those that believe themselves to be at the apex only believe they can be struck from below them. As such, they rarely look up. Attacks that hit an opponent from above now do 100% more damage. Alright, fair enough. Honestly, that's more or less fair enough, I suppose.
I would say, come on, hurry up, get to the top of the building, do the plunge attack.
Yep. I will say though, I do, even though it's random, I do like the fact that they're doing the perks and flaws before they do the whole class pick and the whole like, spells and abilities pick.
Makes it less annoying.
Because it does make it seem a little bit less gamey in that, like, oh yeah, they're just randomly getting this ×4 fire damage when they happen to pick the fire elementalist. So no, actually this time around they're actually picking the flaws and perks beforehand, so then when they go into the character creation for the classes and spells and whatever other abilities you might have, it's like, oh no, I'll build around my flaws and perks instead of being like,
it's like actual build making instead of just
wow.
Like, oh, I want this exactly.
Yeah, wow. It's almost like it's actually coherent. It's shocking, to be honest, for a story from Shiro's server to be coherent.
Yeah, I've never heard of anything like that before.
Flaw added, Sin of Wrath. Rage is a weapon, one that we all try to keep controlled in its sheath, not letting the little things push us to drawing it. You, however, you lack a sheath to store your weapon in the first place. Oh, well, isn't that ominous in any way, shape, or form? Why can't it just be clear instead of giving me some stupid metaphor? My new face contorts into a scowl. Ah, yes, you're already raging at the metaphor. Does that mean I'll just try and kill someone over stupid misunderstandings because I can't control my rage, or am I just easier to anger than a normal person? Screw this. If my flaws are going to be so vague they can't even tell me how bad they are, I don't want more of them. Oh, that's fair enough. Yeah, that's actually, it's actually fair enough.
That's probably the most sensible one we've seen so far.
Yeah, it's a fair justification to not keep gambling. It's, oh wow, this fucking sucks. That doesn't even tell me what I have the negative suffering.
Holy shit.
Fuck this. I'm out. Yeah. Alright, so Magnus Marigold. I have no idea why, but that name feels right somehow. Maybe it was a nickname I had before. Magnus. Wait, Magnus. Don't we have a Magnus in here? No, we have a Manu. Manu doing Manu things. Also have a Magnus. I guess that's Regis. I don't know. Is there a Magus over on the...
Look, all I'm gonna say is,
Fuck if I care.
if I ended up in a random universe and I was told that my name was Magnus, I'd be like, no, I refuse.
Just don't
want
spec in
this
the magic
pressure.
and you'll be fine. Just don't spec in the magic and you'll be fine. Also, don't talk to any wolves.
Don't talk to wolves. Don't talk to magic secret keepers.
Well, Discord search went back to being useless, so well done. Well done, Discord.
Not usual.
Imagine paying money to Discord just so you can shitpost Paimon eating food gifts.
Imagine not going to PAX East and getting a full year for free.
Why would you ever go to PAX East?
Because I had a
that's
ticket.
a question.
I
Why the fuck did you have a ticket?
You paid for it probably because he's a bitch.
You see, he was hoping to go there so that he could meet all the gay Magic players.
Ah, yes, because he's a gamer.
I stopped playing Magic like years.
Skills added, gamer's mind, gamer's body. The screens disappeared as I began to black out. All I can hear is a light ticking sound and the crashing of waves. I don't think I like the ocean. Multiverse travel gate initializing. Travel for player Magnus set. Admin access detected. Notice, admin Shiro has changed details of destination. Yep. That's how you know it's someone from Shiro's server. They don't fail to add Shiro into the server of their game. I have to say, all the simping for Shiro is... I'm saying, all the simping for Shiro is pretty fucking cringe, to be real.
Yeah.
Like, they make fun of Fairy Tail Dragon Slayer and all the people that simp for him. And I'm just sitting here like...
Oh, the irony.
You guys... Pot, look in the mirror, you're calling the kettle black.
That's racist.
Welcome to the world of Monster Hunter. You slept on a comfy bed. All your stats are filled. Knock, knock. Huh? Who the hell? Well, fucking Jesus Christ. Half your stamina per minute in Monster Hunter? That's pretty good.
They say that's actually stupendous.
Yeah. Knock, knock. Who the hell is knocking so damn hard on my door? Don't they know I'm sleeping? And why in God's name is the bed rocking so much? Knock, knock, bang. I shut up as the door slams open. A rather burly-looking man barges into my room and stares at me down. He doesn't look happy that I was sleeping in my bed, but what the hell else was I supposed to be doing? I don't know why. Memory assimilation completed. Oh, so I know where I am now. This is Monster Hunter 3 specifically. Me and my hunter are being assigned to Moga Village to investigate a disturbance. That's a novel idea. My
Oh
hunter...
boy, time to hunt monsters.
Yep. This game didn't even
here I
make
go
me a
hunting
hunter.
again.
I'm a godforsaken handler. Well, I mean, at least you can't be more retarded than the handler we got in Monster Hunter World. Jesus Christ, fuck that bitch.
I mean, you could be, but you'd have to be a purposeful effort.
Be impressive, honestly.
New name, Magnus. New universe, unknown. Some random wolf. Bonjour! It's Warhammer time.
No, 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 no! I mean, the only way it could possibly worse would be as if your name was Lorigar or Angron.
That's true. Angron would be terrible existence.
Or I guess actually the worst would probably be literally any of the Eldar.
I'm a godforsaken handler. I'm classed as the same as the annoying gremlin from Monster Hunter World who steals your Palico's love. Yeah, I would call her gremlin.
Alright,
enough.
at least they know what's up.
Apparently the man, who I now know is a crew member of the ship taking me from HQ to Lock Mogula Village, doesn't appreciate me taking time to sort out my memories and gets closer and starts yelling at me. Are you deaf, boy? The captain said he needed you on deck. Now get your arse up there before you end up swabbing the deck till we reach Moga. I glare at the man in contempt, but he doesn't seem to care as he stomps out of the room, leaving my door open. I growl in frustration. Is this my new flaw in action, making me overly aggressive? No, I think the guy's just an asshole. Hopping out of the bed, I notice that I'm already dressed in what seems to be starter leather armor, which leads me to wondering how in God's name I could be sleeping in full leather armor. Well, you get used to it, actually. I looked over myself.
There's specifically an entire set of feats for that.
Yeah.
In D&D.
I mean, it's also called being in the army.
Well, yeah.
At least it's not in the Navy.
Oh no, in the
Navy. The Navy doesn't have armor.
In the Navy, you get used to something far different happening when you go to sleep.
Go ahead, say it.
No. You know what I'm saying, though.
I think we all know what you're saying about the Navy.
I look over myself, sounds again in my mind as I see the various pouches, pockets, and even full backpack. By using your power of observation, you've created a new skill called Observe. Wow, so fucking original. I scowl in return. Oh yeah, is Observe level 1 out of 100. Yeah, I'm sure that's gonna reach 100 at some point in time. Elizabeth, are you mocking me? Of course not. That's the tech from when I was retrieved the skill from my predecessors. Shouldn't you be getting on deck? The scowl morphs into a raised eyebrow. We'll be talking about this later, but for now, I guess you have a point. Mind if I might punch that guy if he yells at me again. Oh, before I forgot, I proceeded to observe all my armor. Good to know that even though this world is now more or less real, the armor system still works. I mean, the gamer system. I really wouldn't use that as a basis. Oh, I'm going to observe this thing with my gamer powers. Oh, good to know that even though we're in the real world now, my gamer powers work.
Wow. Really?
Fucking wow. What a amazing deduction.
Amazing.
What a twist.
So anyway, he makes his way onto the deck, leather armor, doing my best to avoid sailors, looks of pity. I feel like my luck stack's kicking me in the ass. Call me a pervert, but the first thing I noticed, once I got close enough, was my hunter's ass was very fine.
Did you take notice of that first?
Oh, because he's a pervert, according to the author. I now know why no one plays male characters in Monster Hunter, and it makes me feel foolish for questioning the choice. I see he is also of the school of, why the fuck would I be staring at a guy's ass for several hours as I play a video game?
Understandable.
But he's not in a third-person camera.
No, he's not. But now he's staring at a female's ass for several hours while he's playing in real life.
Okay, yes. But
The second thing I notice is the massive ass iron hammer she's leaning on. Truly, I could never appreciate how large Monster Hunter weapons are from the player perspective. It's a little bit
no, I mean,
ridiculous.
it's pretty easy to appreciate them. They're pretty fucking massive.
They're pretty silly. Let's be real. The thing is literally taller than where she is from, and I remember that the hammer moveset, she can swing it around like it's made of paper mache. I don't know, I think you'd have trouble swinging around a paper mache hammer of that size.
Usopp does it just fine.
Observe leveled up. Of course, as soon as I'm done admiring her, the hunter and captain notice me. So this is your handler, Farah. Honestly, doesn't look like much, but if he's what the hunter guild considers field worthy, my crew might as well give up sailing for hunting. I'm sorry, he's 6 foot with muscle, clearly defined muscle. What? I don't understand.
Yes. The ass calls it more than the sea does.
I don't understand the insult here. Like, it's like walking up to someone who's clearly quite fit in the gym, and it's like, oh, well, if this is what people in the gym are like, I might as well become a bodybuilder. It's like, oh, what? Like, you clearly are saying this in an insulting tone, but I'm kind of confused as to how that's supposed to be insulting.
How am I supposed to be insulted here?
Like, is he saying that his men are all fatter than him? And clearly, if, you know, the handler is that status of fitness, then his sailors could be better than him at handling? I'm really confused here. I don't understand.
I'm just not sure how you're trying to insult us.
Anyway, the man laughs right in my face as if I'm not standing over him. He's very short, barely coming up to my neck, and a stupid purple captain's coat that makes me want to toss him overboard. The woman, my assigned hunter, now known as Farah, rolls her eyes at his observation but gives me an up and down look that lets me know she's pretty much agreeing with him.
Cringe.
Again, he is a decent height, taller than the person insulting him, and taller than his hunter, and he is decently muscular. I'm just so fucking confused. Also, he's not a hunter. He's a handler. The handlers don't hunt.
Also true.
They almost never even go out in the fucking field.
Yeah. I don't understand. I don't know why he was assigned to me. This investigation doesn't need 2 people, and I definitely don't need a handler. My scowl, which had been almost permanently affixed on my face since I woke up to this world, switches to Farah. She's a relatively tall woman, nearly as tall as me, with brown chestnut hair and features that would deny her bitchy personality. A roundish face with high cheekbones and blah blah blah. She's hot, basically. Okay, so that's the premise here. Is the author's like, wow, this character's hot, and I can't believe she's a bitch. This is a shocking discovery.
This is some kind of massively unforeseen circumstance.
Yes. Blah, blah, blah. She's clearly muscular because she needs to be to lift that hammer. Look, I practically snarled too. Their point-blank insults really grating on my nerves. Can we just discuss whatever you called me here for? I'd rather not stand here while you two talk about me if as I wasn't. Oh, the Jaggy has claws then. Well, far be it from me to take the time of a guild employee, he chuckles. He's fucking with me on purpose now.
Alright, first of all, if that's your first clue, boy, you're stupid. Second of all, what? Because he snarls at them, they're like, ooh, the Jaggy's got claws. Like, honestly, you guys are kind of being dicks, and so someone being like, could you knock it off? Isn't really that surprising.
Yeah. It just means you're both pathetic, to be honest. But also, yeah, hey, I'm gonna go piss off the handler. You know, the guy that, makes sure the hunter is, on the legal end of the Hunters Guild. I'm gonna shit all over him. Yeah, I'm sure that won't backfire.
What could possibly go wrong?
Yeah, what could possibly go wrong when I shit on the bureaucrat that's supposed to be handling all of my paperwork and making sure everything's legal, and managing my hunts, making sure my bounties are paid out.
Hey, it looks like you were supposed to go on a great Jaggy hunt, but for some reason there's I'm trying to think what's something that you could reasonably mistake it for. Oh, fuck, the big T-Rex that breathes fire.
Anjanath.
Antonath, yeah.
It's like trying to threaten the ad mech. It's just like, number one, you're not gonna be able to get away with it because they'll just lie about it, and then you're not gonna be getting any fucking tanks or anything.
I think the AdMech are a bunch of bitches. Hey, what's that? It's the sound of your las gun not getting a power cell.
Oh no.
Hey, AdMech, why does that robot have an AI? That's not an AI. It has a human brain in it.
Okay, what about the Land Raiders?
Anyway, so blah 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 blah. As I was telling our lovely hunter friend here, this is a one-way trip to Moga Village. I believe there is a ship that does regular trading runs between Lowlock and Moga, but we ain't it. So you're stuck there till you can either find that ship down or the guild sends retrieval. Of fucking course. It never made realistic sense why you could just travel between Moga and Lock at whim. Shame early visits to Lock can get you materials that aren't available till later on if you know who to talk to. Farah, or until she stops looking at me like I'm an ant, bitch. Got him! Also, it wouldn't be semicolon, it would be a colon. And actually, it would just be a comma, if you want to get really specific.
Also, they never really explained, like, you're in the Monster Hunter universe. Presumably, you can just train up to be a hunter.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, more or less.
Like they're never like, handlers are normal people and hunters are people who had God like reach down and touch them at age 1. No.
Yeah, no. Literally, handlers are just people that want to be involved in monster hunting, but don't actually want to hunt the monsters.
Yeah. Like, be like, okay, I got a little bit of experience as a handler, done some field expeditions. Let's go get shredded enough that I can use the sword.
Time for my training montage.
Use action movie montage music starts playing.
Manu says, isn't he a boy? I'm not really sure what that comment's in reference to. It's been a while. I probably should timestamp all this stuff, but Twitch keeps fucking undoing my settings. Anyway, bitch starts to open her mouth with more likely a follow-up to Captain Jaggy's comment. Is interrupted by a frantic crewman. Captain, Ludroth off the port side. They're swarming. The man's freaking out quite a bit for a monster he named. Ludroth are pretty low tier monsters, all things considered. I take a look off the side of the ship, and my scowl evolves into a look of pure rage. Fucking zero luck. Kill me now. There are at least 20 Ludroth heading straight for the ship. So, got Ludroth, level 5, 150 HP. Strength, 20. Okay, very cool. No, that's not why I'm pissed at my luck score. No. See, the reason why I'm pissed is the rock behind the Ludroth. To a casual observation, it might appear to be a jagged boulder or a large piece of runes bobbing in the sea, but to a Monster Hunter 3 veteran, I clearly damn well know what the thing is. Cadus, the elder dragon of the oceans.
And that's just around why?
Because it is. Duh.
Duh. Yes, the reason is duh.
Duh.
My knuckles. Fuck you.
My knuckles turn white with how hard I'm gripping the ship's railing, which is a feat unto itself. The tip of the Cadus horn. The games really don't have any sense of size scaling for anything, do they? The official length of the Cadus is.
What's that?
The official length is 5,832 centimeters.
I call fact check. Max.
What's going on?
I don't even care about the fact check. I'm just saying, why the fuck are they saying 5,832 centimeters? Like, why not just turn that into meters?
Yeah, that should just be
58.32 meters.
Yeah, that should just be
Like,
shorthanded.
that's like going onto your computer. That's like old Steam, where old Steam is like, you have roughly 100 million bytes left of storage. It's like, can't you just tell me I have 1 gigabyte? Like, you don't have to tell me the exact number of bytes. Everyone else gives me the gigabyte or megabyte notification. You are literally telling me the exact number of bytes. Seriously. Fuck off.
Well, okay, but Sneaky, how else will we know exactly how many bytes the uncompressed audio is taking up?
That's easy. It fucking tells you. God damn it, Titanfall. Oh yeah, Titanfall's finished downloading. Really? Oh no, it's unpacking its audio. Why is its audio 60 gigabytes?
Comes back from class 2 hours later. Titanfall, why are you still unpacking audio?
60 gigabyte
Gotta get all the
fucking payday downloads. Oh god. You download like 20 megabytes and it takes 4 hours.
That was another reason that fucking trash game was uninstalled from minus systems.
Yeah, immediately.
It was so. How did they fuck that up?
I don't know.
It's
honestly impressive.
Do you want to know how long it took the new update to install on my computer?
I don't care.
No.
5 hours.
Cool story. Don't care.
No one cares about you or that garbage.
Anyway, so that's over half a football field in length. They make fucking blue whales smaller than this thing's horns. I hope the Ludroth didn't do anything to piss it off, because if they did, we're fucking dead. Internally, I want to scream. I'd rather jump into the water and feed myself to the Ludroth than even consider encountering the beast in battle. There's just something about that animal that massive that makes that instills primal fear into other living things. Well, yes. That's sort of the point. Gamer's mind activated. Of course, I can't. I shouldn't even know what a Cadus is, let alone show primal fear for it to be a ship full of people that already think I'm some sort of useless pansy. I mean, you are.
No. See, I mean, okay, so he is a useless pansy, but like, the Monster Hunter people aren't like retarded.
Yeah.
Right? Seeing a bunch of Ludroth, whatever. Seeing an Elder Dragon, maybe that's a little spooky, guys.
Oh, well, it's not even that. It's more like, no, it's a bunch of Ludroth. Hey guys, why is that rock moving closer to us? We're sailing. Why is that rock moving closer to our ship that is sailing away? Guys, the rock is moving towards us. Fast.
We're being chased by a rock.
The rock is moving towards us very fast.
The rock is in fact charging a giant energy beam of some kind.
You really don't even have to be like, I know exactly what that is. It's like, oh no, guys, the island is moving towards us at a speed that is faster than our ship.
Sneaky, the awkward moment when you begin hoping that it's just a dragon turtle.
Exactly. It's like, oh, please let this not be that thing. So, boys, you know what to do. Let's not embarrass ourselves in front of the guild workers. I will not see a single one of you die to a damn Ludroth. Alright, so Ludroth, here we go, picture for comparison. Got a good old picture up here. Here we go. There's a Ludroth. So it's effectively it's a Komodo dragon the size of a alligator.
Big lizard.
Big lizard.
A big lizard.
You know,
Yeah.
I'm always amazed at seeing Monster Hunter designs. They got a lot of really solid designs.
Oh yeah,
game.
no, it's like they're actually pretty good. It's probably because they didn't pull a Pokemon and have to invent over 1,000.
It's like, hey, you know, Komodo dragons are cool. What if we just made it bigger and gave it like some spikes?
Yeah.
I also appreciate them making, unlike most of Japan, making like dragons and wyverns like an actually threatening thing.
That's fair. I mean, yeah, usually in Japan you do end up fighting God, so it's kind of hard to make dragons threatening in the same game where you have to go kill God.
True.
So listen, we know that you guys were just fighting God, but there's a dragon boss.
Right, Dragon Quest stuff.
You know, I appreciate that Final Fantasy got around that by just making dragons a legitimate threat with their own dragon god.
Yes.
Yeah, just make dragons gods.
just dragons are God.
Let the
I
dragon
mean,
god fuck up your story.
It just works. It just works.
Indeed, it just works.
Listen, man, Bahamut comes with a giant fuck-off laser in like 4 variations.
This
Just
is
saying.
also true, yes.
Exactly.
Or God forbid you fight
It was just saying that FF15's plot is fucked.
or God forbid you end up fighting Tiamat and you know you have to fight 7 heads of different flavor elemental breath.
And the flavor of today is fire.
I still love like the D&D cartoon, the very first episode. Oh hey, you guys are all level 1. Here's fucking Tiamat. Have fun.
I don't know. I kind of feel like that would actually make for a very interesting campaign where they fight like the end boss right away, and the end boss like kills them all, and they all like either come back some form or fashion, or they're stuck in hell now. And they have to work together to get out of hell.
Boy, have I got news for you. There are several JRPGs that would like to talk to you.
I don't care about Japanese RPGs. I'm gonna be real with you. I could not give a shit about Japanese RPGs. The only Japanese RPG I've ever given a shit about was Naughty Dog, and that wasn't really even an RPG. So not Naughty Dog, Sleeping Dogs. That's not even an RPG.
That's not a JR. No.
Sneaky.
Yeah.
I want to unpack what you just said, but I don't think we have time.
Can we just take a moment to understand what the fuck you're talking about just now?
Okay, I'm sorry, I do need a moment. Okay, so I'm sure it's a primarily Western-made game.
Yep.
Following a Chinese cop.
Yep.
In America.
Yeah.
Little Chinatown.
Yeah.
Dealing with triad.
Yes.
And you decided to just casually classify it with JRPG as a tag.
Because of Yakuza Enter the Dragon.
Well,
but those are Yakuza, not the triad. They don't like being compared to each other either. They really don't.
Don't you know that Dark Souls is classified as casual and dating sim?
No, that's Dark Souls 2.
Max, let's also be.
That's Dark Souls 2.
He's like
because it is.
There's also people who call Dark Souls a Western game, if only because it's like based on Western mythology.
Oh my god, I love it.
It's really not like. If you want a JRPG based on Western mythology, you need Tales of Zestiria, is it? I think.
Or
I honestly don't even remember anymore.
Why would you go for any of the Tales series?
What do you mean?
God of War?
The Tales of series just borrow some Western fantasy stuff. A number of JRPGs borrow Western fantasy and then they fuck it up sometimes.
Now you have to fight God!
Now you must fight Odin. Oh, what cool Odin look like? Oh, he's like a young guy with really long hair and he looks like Sephiroth. Why?
Anyway, so
I
all
mean,
the sailors
hey,
take
at
out.
least at least it's better than putting tits on him.
So all the sailors
don't
take
talk
out
about
jagged
that.
iron blades, and they start stabbing at the monsters. And then bitch scoffs at this and begins to spin around a hammer on a wood ship.
Because that couldn't
Sounds like a
potentially
great
have
idea.
horrifying repercussions.
I see no problems here.
Shadow says, now you have to fight God is basically the plot of SMT 2 and 4.
To be fair, in SMT2, God was kind of asking for it.
Quote of the day.
I'm not incorrect.
God. Nose hair 2020. God was asking for it.
To be fair, in SMT2, God literally just kills almost all of humanity because fuck you for having free will.
Didn't you give us the free will?
That doesn't make sense. How do the writers handle that?
Because they're Japanese and they absolutely butcher everything about Western culture because they don't like Western culture.
Although, to be fair, apparently the new SMT games go, oh hey, the god that you guys have been worshipping, yeah, that's not actually God. That's just a mad follower of the original God.
Yes.
So they did the Bayonetta
so
thing.
much better.
I think they just did the Bayonetta thing, where it's just like
wasn't the Bayonetta thing where it's like
he's ass mad that God decided he likes humanity better than him, basically.
how dare you like your favorite toy that you made?
Anyway, so as I was saying,
all the Lucifer for doing the exact.
She starts spinning around an iron hammer on the ship, and she steps up to the railing and then full throws me away from the edge. You stay put. I'm not getting in trouble with the guild on my first job because a useless handler decided to fight a study a Ludroth from the inside. Well, hey, first off, I'm pretty sure this is not the first time that a handler has been eaten, then have been rescued, only to contribute to all the notes that they took while they were inside being eaten.
In fact, I'd be willing to put money on it being lore.
Secondly, you just acknowledged that the handler can put you into hot water with the guild, and you proceed to treat him like shit. Like,
possibly go wrong.
I'm gonna be real. At this point, even I'd just be better. I was like, cool, that's going in your performance review.
Yeah, I'm literally gonna tell the guild about this.
I am literally making a file.
This is me writing it down in my notebook that I'm sending to the guild.
In front of like a dozen witnesses, so fucking try it, bitch.
I think the only thing stopping me...
in fact, I'm just gonna put in your performance review that you can't read.
That's
also possibly true. I think I mean, come on, are you really gonna tell me that all of the Monster Hunter hunters aren't just the barbarian class?
I'd say at least 65% of them.
Like, maybe the duelist isn't, like, maybe the duelist is, like, the only fighter there, but, like,
no,
come on.
you know what? Bowgun users. Also fighters.
I suppose, yeah.
Bowgun users do not
so
exist.
The bowgun users that don't exist because they all die really fast because the bowgun's terrible, and the duelists, which also don't really exist because dueling a monster is a terrible idea as well. So those two non-existent groups of people.
Engine hath, bitch!
Yeah, I'm just gonna hold a tiny little ass shield, guys. This is totally gonna block monster blows and not send me flying. Yeah, the shield's basically a fucking buckler. Like, at least the charge
Genius.
sword shield is actually like, I can hide my body behind this sort of thing. But the fucking little sword and shield is on a lot of the monster versions quite small. So it's just like, what exactly is this supposed to be defending? Anyway, so the only reason why I didn't get up and fight her is because a Ludroth leaped out of the water, only to have its face instantly turn into a red mist from a single home run swing from Farah's hammer. Yeah, no. My intelligence may be only a whopping 10, but it's enough to tell me that I can wait to start a fight when she doesn't have the spiked bludgeon in her hands. Well, personally speaking, someone who carries around lots of large, heavy objects, while it is quite the danger for you to be hit by such a large, heavy object, personally, I still wouldn't fight them even when they don't have large, heavy objects into their hand, because they are normally used to carrying around large, heavy objects.
Yeah, and in fact, even if you said, "Oh, I'm gonna take them barehanded now," cool. They don't have to worry about the weight of the weapon slowing them down now.
Yeah, yeah.
They can still just punch you in the dick, sir.
Or your nose, and you just die.
Or your nose hair.
This isn't punching someone in their nose hair does nothing.
What a shame.
So the battle for our lives begins in earnest. Blah 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 blah. They're on the deck. Everyone's fighting the Ludroths, and they're all really quick, and they're attacking people. Attempting to bite his crew, only met with slash marks. Honestly, I don't know what that younger guy from earlier was worried about. They know what they're doing. Hunter's assisting them. No sign of the Cadus coming back. It's a minor inconvenience. Oh shit. Why did I think that? Why did I have to think that? The second I do it, I see it. I see the younger guy from earlier running right towards me, the pissed off Ludroth right behind him. I'm almost instantly engaged. What's the Ludroth? Oh, congratulations, when are you getting married? Why is in the ever-loving fuck would you draw it over to me? I'm the useless handler, you stupid piece of shit, and which is also a fair point. If you literally just called a guy useless, don't run over to him for help while you're fighting something.
Ah, useless guy, help me!
That's like such a Dota 2 moment right there. Like, that is such a Dota 2 moment.
You know, it'd be nice if, for once, the joke wasn't, oh, he's going to the useless guy. It's, no, the useless guy is going to be the bait.
That's fair enough.
It'd be nice if we saw that in fiction from time to time. It really does get tiring seeing, like, you're incompetent, and then you immediately turn to help from the incompetent.
Cutscene. You're incompetent, you useless, dumb piece of crap. After cutscene, fight begins. You basically solo the entire fight. Well, I guess that was impressive. It's like, fuck off. Like, actually, fuck off. I slid backwards slightly from where I landed on my ass and bump into a crate from earlier. I glare at the dumbass still running towards me before flipping over to look inside the crate, and luckily enough, there's blades inside, just as shoddy as the rest of the crew is using, but it's better than nothing. Grab the blades, I hold them akimbo. You know, as much shit as I want to give Monster Hunter for doing the whole dual-wielding swords thing, at least they do have them be short daggers. Most of them.
I don't know, man. Their short daggers are basically just like 3/4 length swords for us.
Yes, but comparatively to the rest of the Monster Hunter weapons, they're daggers.
Dual longsword user, the ultimate asshole.
Dual greatsword user. Come at me, bro. They're on fire.
It's just like, how do you approach this?
I'm just gonna lunge at you now and cause volcanic explosions everywhere. Is that cool? No? Too bad.
Can you... Is that okay with you? No?
But anyway, so... Damn, this story's actually making me want to play Monster Hunter. Too bad Iceborne's $40 fucking. Like, that's so ridiculous.
I, from what I understand, it basically is just a second game.
Well, I know it
That's
effectively is. I know, I
Man,
know.
I still have to like get back into Monster Hunter, but I have a bunch of progress on the console version.
Well,
That's because you make poor life choices.
That sounds like a
That was
personal problem.
because I bought it on the console when it came out before I had a PC that could handle it.
That sounds like a personal problem.
That's still
It probably is. I'm just saying.
I mean, again, I can always reinstall it because it's not like I'm doing anything else in my life right now.
No thanks. I don't want to contribute to your crippling addictions.
Do you really want to do that to yourself, Sneaky?
I mean, I'll do it if it's playing a game with someone, yeah. Really fucking bored, Max, okay?
Then write. Put on some 90s put on multiple 90s power hours and just start writing.
I'll put on multiple simultaneous 90 power hour clips, yes. Overlap the music, become one.
Listen, the worst that can happen is you just fall asleep to like 10 simultaneous 90s songs.
So,
with each
anyway,
other.
so the dipshit then proceeds to fucking just body slam right into the handler, which throws them to the ground, which the Ludroth then proceeds to trample them both. The body check did a fourth of my health. Isn't the armor 50? Does that mean the attack hit for 70 damage? I'm really underleveled. It's becoming very apparent. Wait, this idiot on top of me has no armor on. How is he even alive? Oh, no.
Levels don't actually exist.
No, he's level 1. He only has 35 HP, so he took 75. He took 65 damage. 65 damage. But anyway, so no full character sheet. Observe is modular, only giving me information I want, which is this case. Because they tell me you're dying. Blah blah blah. Get it the hell off of me, you dumbass. Blah blah blah. Charges at me. I'm expecting another check. I roll backwards, which lets me avoid the tail whip. Unfortunately, puts me out of counter range. By using your superb dodging ability, you've created a new skill, dodge. It costs 50 SP. Wow, these percentages are hitting a little bit too close to home when it comes to Monster Hunter hitboxing. 15% chance of completely avoiding damage, 30% chance of partially avoiding damage. That's a little bit too true when it comes to dodge rolling in Monster Hunter.
No, hold on a second, Sneaky. They left out 45% chance of getting hit anyway.
No, they didn't. Are you trying to make a nose hair tear joke, or are you just retarded?
It was a nose hair tear joke.
Okay.
A retarded nose hair tear joke.
Because
okay, now you're just repeating yourself.
Because
exactly,
it's actually 55% to be hit. Anyway. So, yeah.
Exactly.
I guess the other 10% is you rolling into the attack and getting hit for double the damage because fuck you. My eyebrows start twitching at the game's annoying messages before I refocus on the fight. I dodge it, stabbing its head, crack, shatter. The moment my blade hits the scaled skin, a crack forms along the metal and the blade shatters as if it was glass. What the fuck just happened? Iron short sword broken. Almost to the point you can snap it. Attacks will do no damage while the weapon is in this condition. So the weapons I grabbed turned out to be the shittiest, most broken ones in the box. Very cool. 50 damage, bites down on me. Despite having gamer's body, I can feel myself being crushed. It hurts. Let go of my arm. I scream in fury. Even though through the pain I couldn't overwhelm the gamer's mind, I could still feel anger. God's help me, that poor Ludroth, I was feeling wrathful. For embracing your flaw, you have achieved a special state. Wrath, 30 seconds. Pings didn't register and I no longer felt pain. Wiggling my arm around the mouth, I grabbed something inside the throat. My eyes locked with the Ludroth, my lavender orbs boring into its animalistic soul. And then I began to pull off its tongue. As I snatched my right arm backwards, doing the thing, which was gripping, which turned out to be a red tongue, came out with it, along with various teeth, blood, and gore, and the hilt of a broken blade. I spin the blade around my left hand with dexterity I shouldn't have, and ram it through the Ludroth's eye, pushing it deeper until I pierce the brain. Fatal strike, not stopping or missing a beat. I rip the now broken weapon out of its skull, splattering my once clean armor. Both broken blades, and start eviscerating Limb's corpse. Ping ping. Next time, shink 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 shink. Let's go, shink 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 shink. The first shink 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 time. My vision tunnels as I keep up to my mutilation of the Ludroth corpse. I didn't know the progress of the battle around me. Frankly, I didn't care. 10 seconds left. Hand on my shoulder and grips firmly, revealing it to be bitch. What? I spit into her face. A Farah scowls at me for grabbing me from my bloody collar, lifting me off the ground despite her being head shorter. 7 seconds. She pulls my face real close to hers before she starts hissing at me. Listen to me, you crazy bastard. I don't want or need a handler for this job, but you're here anyway. But while you are here, you're going to listen to me, and you definitely aren't going to fly off the handle like a deranged lunatic because a little monster came at you. I snarl at her, and against every shred of intelligence I could muster, I pull my head back and slam my forehead into her nose, which breaks. 5 damage. 5 seconds left. Another growl wells up from my throat. She staggers backwards, her nose slightly bloody. Listen up, you high and mighty hunter bitch. Since I woke up this morning, I've had a shit time. Ludroth came after me because this idiot here ran it towards me, and if you didn't fucking notice, the thing was deep-throating my arm with teeth. You're the fucking hunter, so maybe next time you do your job, and if you don't want me to fight monsters, do it. Yourself. 4, 3. Farah glares at me as she holds onto her nose. A bit of shock and a lot of anger in her eyes that makes me laugh at her. What, didn't expect a weak hunter to be able to hurt you? Crunch. 1. She handily smashes her hammer straight into my fucking skull, which by all accounts should have killed me. Instead,
okay, hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. You just smashed the guild employee's head with a hammer.
Yes, the iron hammer, which is roughly the size of a human body.
Interesting.
Definitely going on the performance review.
Yeah, definitely going on that fucking performance review.
Sneaky, the most terrifying words an Administratum Joan can ever say to you. This will be going in the official report.
Yeah, I know, right? And she smashes her hammer straight into my skull, which by all accounts should have killed me. Instead, I lie still awake with my head embedded in the ship's deck, wondering how I'm alive. You got very lucky. The Wrath buff is still active, and you cannot be killed by mundane means while it is. 0. Wrath is sated. I black out for the second time that day, head still embedded in the deck. Okay, so, author's note. How did I do? Good, nice. I hope you'll enjoy this. I'm a new writer, and this fic won't have a clear update schedule for a while. I would like to thank everyone over on Dark Wolf Shiro, as they helped me plan out this fic in the first place. Also, thank you, Raven, for being supportive and like my mother. Yeah, fuck you, Raven. Anyway, as far as stories go, I actually told a coherent first chapter, so I'm kind of impressed on that one. I actually told a coherent opening to the chapter, so I'm doubly impressed on that. Really, the only thing that the first chapter didn't show is how off the rails this story is going to go in terms of how the gamer system is going to completely fuck up any sort of balancing in the story. As far as Dark Wolf Shiro story fandom goes, they pretty much all like their characters to be completely ridiculously overpowered and completely and utterly broken, with no semblance of One Punch Man-like plot to support it. They kind of just want a power stomp, which, I mean, hey, you do you, but I personally think it's a pretty garbage genre. Other than that, anyone have any opinions on the story we read so far?
No. Honestly not.
It wasn't terrible, but it's certainly not something I'm going to continue to read.
Really? No? What makes you not read it?
I just don't care. Like,
Yeah,
I care
fair
nothing
enough.
about the character. I don't really care that much about Monster Hunter, and I really don't want to read about someone, like, getting uber strong in Monster Hunter because, A, that already happens.
Yeah.
And B, like, until this character hits, like, level 50, he's batting from behind.
Yeah. Yeah, more or less. That's a fair point. And yeah, honestly, I feel like it could be an interesting story. I don't think I'm personally going to read it. Not even because of any sort of opinions on the author himself. But mostly just because I'm just not interested. Like you said, it is a Monster Hunter world that it's starting off in, and I'm not really invested in Monster Hunter. Like, it's a game I find enjoyable. I think the plot is really fucking stupid and pretty nonsensical at times, but just like with like Saints Row, I don't really care about the plot. I'm playing the game for the gameplay, and the gameplay is okay. It's really fucking grindy from my gameplay experience.
I would
And
say
I'm not really a huge fan of grindy games.
I would say there's first of all, Monster Hunter is very grindy, and there's one thing and one thing only I remember from playing Saints Row 3 through with a friend, and that was that on the missions where you're supposed to drive people around while they bang a hooker in the back seat, player 2 gets a mini game.
Yes. Yeah, they do.
That That's what I remember, because you know what? Good job. Good joke. It's stuck in my head all these years.
No, that was a good Saints Row 3, yeah. But yeah, no, it's honestly, it's kind of disappointing in of itself, because the grammar was good, the spelling was good, the pacing was all right, all things considered. He actually made use of the flaw that he gave the character in a fashion that actually is gonna probably be plot relevant for at least a little while. My big issue is the whole gamer's mind thing. It always comes really back to the gamer's mind thing. Because if it's like, oh, well, it suppresses high levels of emotion, going into an enraged, wrathful state is a high level of emotion. But it just doesn't suppress that anymore because you have a flaw for it, or it's just like the whole gamer's system is really hand wavy already, and I don't like the original manhwa that it's all based on. Like it already off the bat, I really don't like the original manhwa, and I don't like the system that's set up. I like the more original gamer systems. I like the systems that are like, oh, this is a nod to Fallout, this is a nod to, Wasteland and stuff like that. Like, I like that sort of stuff that's more original in its implementation in narrative. Because the original Korean manhwa gamer system is garbage. But it is 9:40, so do you guys want to cover this story, or do you guys want to call it a night?
Call it a night. We can cover it on Tuesday.
Just to remember, Sneaky, Mori concert in 20 minutes.
Oh, so right. Alright then, well, it's by near unanimous vote that everyone wants to get out of here. It is 30 minutes past our normal shutdown time. So I think, and we actually did stay mostly on topic the entire time today, covering quite a number of fics. So I think we did pretty good. We'll have to save Jesus for next time. But yeah, final verdict of this story, I would say a 7 or 8 out of 10. None of us are interested.
Basically, yeah.
Pretty much. Is that a consensus on everyone's part?
Yeah.
Yep.
It's
all right.
Yeah, I'm not gonna stand here and be like, this is terrible and awful and nobody should read it. Like, no, but didn't do anything for me, and I'm not gonna keep reading it.
Alright, well, we'll see you all next time. That's going to be Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. More fiction awaits us all on Fanfiction Contempt Theater, because, of course, there is always more, and it does always get worse.